Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Skywalker the Jedi, and this is the Cool Table episode number 2. What's up? What's up? Yo, y'all already know the Cool Table is myself, Skywalker the Jedi, my dude Necron right here. You know what I'm saying? The good Austin down here, right? And my main man Leon down there in the corner. Yo, what's going on, peeps?
Peace. What it is, what it do. How's everybody feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. How about you, Necron? How you feeling today, sir?
Dude, we got some kick-ass news today. I'm feeling great.
Oh
Feeling great.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That hype side's coming back,
Hype.
but I'm gonna play a little
Hype.
more. But I'm feeling hype. There's some good news today.
What
Let's
about you,
go.
Austin?
I'm always hyped when something is confirmed, bro. Especially early. Early, we needed some good news, man. We got it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yo, because it's been kind of crazy lately, you know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's a good
Wild
thing that
times.
right? It's been wild recently, right, guys? So we about to get to it though. We about to get to it. We got 3 topics again for y'all today. The first one is bridge the gap. You know what I'm saying? Bridging this gap, right? All right, guys. Here is my take on the kind of current climate of the restorative Snyderverse community, right? I feel like for the past few years, we've had, a certain group of people that have been like, certainly pretty, you know, they've been in our way in a lot of ways, right? When we were trying to get things done pertaining to restore the Snyderverse, right? At every corner, we've kind of been questioned and made fun of, right? And there's been like this constant kind of um, pressure from a few of these groups, to try to squash whatever we've had going on. Now, with us being on the cusp of like really restoring the Snyderverse, right? I'm starting to see that there's like, a big shift in the behavior of, you know, some of these groups, right? So, my question is about bridging this gap like properly, right? Um, do you guys feel right like it is on us as a Restore the Snyderverse community to try to reach out and try to bridge that gap, or do you feel like it should be the people that was kind of in our way for a lot of this stuff? It should be on them to kind of try to do so and to think that it should be like a long process and not something that's just like instantly given. How do you guys feel about that?
I feel, the bridge should be gapped to us. I mean, it's looking like the battle was won by the Snyderverse community with all the clues and what just happened today. You know, we shouldn't have to concede. But I'm not, saying like we got to be total assholes and this and that. But
Absolutely.
there was a war. There's no denying there was a war, and in wars, the winning side doesn't have to do the conceding. That's just
Yeah.
natural way of things work out. It's how it goes. But if someone shows up with goodwill and not trying to be a snake, but with goodwill, they should. I feel they should be given the chance to prove their goodwill.
Absolutely.
Prove their goodwill. Just not roll out the red carpet and say, "Come on in the mansion." No, you got to prove that you're worthy of walking in the mansion. That's my take.
Absolutely. How about you, Leon?
I concur on everything he said. He even took my line, man. I was I was saying that in sales chat, man. I was like, when certain people were, you know, expressing their gratitude for being invited into the fandom and blah blah blah, and people were embracing them. I was saying, everybody relax. Don't roll out the red carpet just yet. Let's let the former quote unquote snakes prove their worth. Pretty much mirroring what you said.
Yeah.
Also, man, 100% that analogy about war. Those that won don't need to come to you. You need to come to us. And it's not even being cocky. That's just the law. Those are the rules, unwritten or otherwise. You know, we don't have to. We don't owe you anything. You owe us, pretty much, because we've been the ones in the trenches.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that they should expect us to roll the red carpet out either, like we have for a lot of other people who may be new. Because like you said, they've proven their worth. And I don't want that to sound like we're talking down to anybody, but it's just
No.
like the loyalty is seen and it's proven over time. And the key word in that is a key phrase in that is over time. It's not going to be instant, and we're not trying to be gatekeepers. We're just being realistic. Like, we've been hurt in the past. We've had stuff outside of YouTube be affected because of things that have been done by the other side and consistently done over and over again. So they shouldn't expect us to just roll out the red carpet, as you guys say, and warm up so quickly. It's going to take time, and I just hope that they're accepting of that.
Yeah, I think anybody that comes in with good intentions should be accepting of that, right? Because with a few players that are involved in these situations, there's been multiple attempts at bridging gaps, right? And it's kind of been like thrown in our face and things like that. And we even had like a situation recently where it appeared, right, to some like as if the situation was infighting, right? Like it was to restore the Snyderverse groups going at one another. But if you look in reality, it wasn't infighting. It was, us against some people that had been at odds with our groups over the last few years, right? And the last few months. So I think even looking at it that way is problematic in and of itself, because you're already saying like, oh, why are you guys infighting? Like, yo, these people haven't been, pro what we've been doing.
No.
So it's already kind of appearing to be like two groups that had the same goals in mind fighting, when that is actually not the case. Would you guys? I mean, is that statement true?
It was the Move On crowd versus the Restore the Snyderverse crowd. That's what was going on.
It was the Restore the Snyderverse crowd versus the I want the Snyderverse to be restored.
I just don't think it is.
But
that's all.
Right.
It ends at but, and then pick whatever you want to say after that, bro.
Right.
Or I like Zack Snyder, but
I like his movies, but the fans are just toxic. That nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is we're all kind of saying the same thing, which is we're not trying to be gatekeepers. I think that word is it's been tainted,
toxic.
right?
Yeah.
Right, it's been tainted. What we are is we're people who are like, all right, look, if we like something, if we appreciate something, if we love a thing, right, then that thing must be worth protecting from outsiders. That's what everything does in nature. That's what everything does, generally speaking. When you love something, you automatically have a protective nature of it. And those outsiders, they've always mocked that about us. Why are you guys such cultists, is what we're usually called. And now these same individuals have either been humbled or they've gotten memberships and try to join in certain areas. This is rather interesting.
Well, remember on your OG series, it was a lot of people who weren't released the Snyder Cut. All of a sudden, were at the premieres and doing this and doing that, and we can't have that same mistake again.
That's 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 exactly what this bridge in the gap
have
thing
that
is.
same mistake.
No
I
rolling
mean,
out the red carpet for people to just come in who have been haters for
Next
such
thing
a
you
long
know, all
time.
the people who've been fighting are in the alley like, oh, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And everybody who's been fighting for it is
Yes,
left in
that's
the
what I
dark.
mean. Yeah, fighting
Left
for it.
totally in the dark. And we're like, what the hell's going on? While all the haters are standing around in suits high-fiving each other.
Taking pictures.
We want everyone to enjoy it, but there's got to be certain people who don't really deserve the shine, you know?
Just make sure the right people get the right recognition this time. That's how
Mhm.
I feel.
Exactly.
right? Yo, and I want to tell you guys, right? This is exactly why I started OG Talk. Like, yo, oh my God, look, I don't want to say, you know what I'm saying, that like, you know, that that how can I word this? You know, just having this idea, right, of like, hey, this can't happen again. Like, and you know, hey, how can I figure out how to kind of, you know, try to make sure that everybody knows what happened, right? And I was like, yo, I have to talk to all these people. And this goes deeper than I ever thought that it would, right? With each video, we've gotten more and more revealed, right? And this is almost like a puzzle that we're putting together, right? Of like what really happened, and everybody is adding their own piece to that puzzle. And this thing can end up getting filled in, right? But my main focus was to make sure that this did not happen again, because I figured that it was going to, because I saw the same actions, right? As soon as the cut was announced, I mean, things went to hell pretty much, right? And then immediately after that, we had a lot of the same actions going on that was going on during the release the Snyder Cut movement. It was just a lot of different faces, right? But it was pretty much the same behaviors going on, right? So I feel like it is important for us to make a distinction this time. Like, hey, if you were going to be, you know, at odds with us for all this time, you do not get to just wave the white flag and then we're going to let you into the castle. Like, no, right? There has to be an agreement. There got to be like a, you know, there's peace treaties and stuff that can be signed. You know what I'm saying? Like there are terms that have to be laid out. And it cannot just be like, okay, hey, sorry guys, and then that's it. Because that's exactly what led to us having the situation happen with release the Snyder Cut. I mean, is anybody not seeing the parallels here?
Definitely.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, it's written all over this. It's written all over this. That's why we're saying this. We're also, what if we don't want to bridge the gap? Like that's gonna be accepted as well, you know? Like they can come over here and try to be nice and fraternize, but if ultimately we decide that we don't want to hang out with them at all and have them around here, like in our spaces, that's got to be acceptable, because that's what we want, you know. And this is our space, and we cultivate it's a good space for us and all of the people within our community. And if other people don't feel comfortable as well, and if we don't feel comfortable at the top of that, then they got to be able to accept that. That's how the world we live in. If we don't want you here, then sorry, please go, you know?
Well,
And it's
like,
not like you can't like Snyder too, but just
no.
on our channels, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got if you got a perfectly healthy body, and all of a sudden you introduce something that causes your body to start getting sick, you need to stop that, introducing that, and you got to get it out of your system. So we got to watch things and how things are going, because we don't want this perfectly healthy body that we got to start getting sick.
Yeah, we essentially have to be the antibodies. We have to attack the viruses that try to come in. And you know, people are gonna hear this and you guys are cultists. Hey, well, man, look,
Gatekeepers and this.
yeah.
And
Well,
Yeah.
call me whatever. I'll be a cultist. I'll be a gatekeeper. Fine. Be
I
that
mean,
as
but
be
that's what
that
we
as
have
it
these platforms for, right? You know.
may. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
but
be that as it may.
We've all been in different groups as well that have been spoiled by people that we could see at the start were going to be bad. And this is just the prevention of that. I know I'm the youngest one here, but I've been a part of that many, many times. And when you meet somebody, you're like, I don't know about this guy. And then whatever happens, and you're like, I knew about that guy. I knew about that guy or gal or whoever may it be,
I always found that gut feeling, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is.
I love this bar from this rapper, Larry June. He says, you knew he was a snake and you still fuck with him. So whose fault is it? Like, for real, whose fault is it?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like, if you know somebody is a certain way and you're just like, hey, I'm going to go against what this person's history says and, what I'm saying, all that. And I'm just going to take them on, without a thought, without there being any type of, catharsis, right?
Yeah.
Any type of, any type of like, hey, you got to pay, respects have to be paid, yo.
Yep.
Right? Like, I mean, this has been, for some of these people, this has been years of like, like, yo, just going against us at every point, right? And it's like, yo, now you want to come back over. And I just find the timing to be so perfect.
Right.
So also, perfect for all this.
You can't buy someone's friendship.
It's a little convenient.
Whether convenient, whether by happenstance or whether planned.
Or poetic justice.
It's one of them situations where, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not saying you gotta like walk across glass on your bare knees or anything like that.
Not at all.
But what I am saying is,
I want the knee. I want the knee. You know what I'm saying? You will bend the knee. You
straight up.
Bend the knee. Straight up. You look.
Call me King Lisi.
You will bend the knee. I'm collecting knees.
It's like what Austin was saying, though, man. At the end of the day, it's like, if we don't really want to rock with you, we shouldn't be shamed for not wanting to. And that goes for everybody that's inside the fandom, right? Just give them a chance. Not really, man. I don't really have to do that. I could be cordial, professional, I could be accommodating to a degree. It is what it is, but like, I'm not gonna extend my hand so that you can slap it away, spit on it, or chop it off. I'm just not doing all of that. You know what I mean?
Because how do certain people act when the tables are turned? That's all I'm gonna say. How do certain people act when the tables were turned?
Right. Yep. Okay. Question, guys. Right. Let's say they came out tomorrow and said Henry Cavill is getting a reboot and Christopher McQuarrie is going to direct. Do you think that they be over here trying to, like, hey, I want to be a member. Hey, I want to,
No, they be.
Come on, man.
They be trying to put our ass in that fire.
Right. L.
We got
L.
Or even worse, if David Zaslav got on a mic, God forbid what I'm about to say, but even if Zaslav got on a mic and was like, fuck Zack Snyder. Oh my God.
Dude.
They be trying to get our phone numbers so that they can have a powwow and have support for us.
No way, dude.
We have to deactivate all our accounts.
What if he got on the mic and said, not restored? Right?
Say that again. If he said what?
If he just got on the mic and was like, not restored.
And didn't say anything. He just said that.
And it just walked off.
It could be anything.
Jeez,
and he just said that. But them snakes, them viruses, that need to stay away from our good body, will be like trying to enter. They be trying to get sick real quick. Yes, sir. And multiply big time. And some of them, it'd be one person on like 10 accounts. But we ain't gonna go there.
You don't judge a person by what they say, you judge them by how they act.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that too.
Yes,
I was thinking that earlier. Like,
I was
I'm not
to
gonna
things. You could say this and that, but what you really do, how you act, is
who
you are.
Hey, I gave Seal $5 a long time ago, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've been for quite a while. You know what I'm saying? I was on Rogues when we was getting bourbon. You know what I'm saying? See?
Because we were still supporting because he was live for us because we would get shitty news and then just be like, man, let's talk about it though. Let's talk about it. You know, we kind of just all had our grievances in the chat about WB, you know?
We took care of each other.
Right, exactly.
It's funny, man. I'd be at work and I'd be watching his streams. I wouldn't be in the chat or anything. I'd just be at work.
Austin was
I didn't even know about me. And I
exactly.
It's depressing, man. But I always appreciated all of y'all and Sil for just keeping it a buck.
Yeah,
hanging in there, man. You know what I mean? I was gonna say this too, kind of touching on what Necron was saying and what me and Sky had a conversation like earlier in the day, and we were just talking about how people kind of they throw around words that have a lot of weight to them. And it's like you said, Necron, about actions. You know, I hear a lot of I love you, I love you, I love this, I love that. Love, 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 respect, respect, respect. From inside and out. Especially inside. Because that's the ones that cut deep. Those that are inside, right?
Yeah.
And using all these powerful words.
Friends.
It's all about, to me, it's all about your actions. Big time, like Necron, like everybody's saying on the panel. You know what I mean? Like, that's what got us to walk across the bridge peacefully, like effortlessly, to the other side. Because there was nothing negative that we were bringing across. It was just like, oh shit, what they got going on over there? That looks dope. Yeah. And we were dope looking at it from the outside in. And then we crossed that bridge and we're like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah. Oh yeah, I've seen you around. Everything you have done and said was cool. You wasn't a jerk. You wasn't a jackass. You may not even have agreed with me, but you did it cordially. You know?
Like a
all about them actions, man.
Yeah. There's so many. A buddy of mine who was in a younger grade than me, I ended up working with him after school, right? And he told me exactly what his view of me was. And he's like, dude, you were the popular kid, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? And I'm like, I just saw myself in every other group. He's like, you know what? You're right. You kind of were nice with everybody. I'm like, yeah, dude, like I just get along with everybody. You can. You can, like, but at the same time, I was more loyal to a couple of my boys and a couple of my friends. And if anybody else was, you know, trying to talk about them in a negative light in any of my classes that I had to coexist with people in, now we don't have to, but then I did. You learn then how to communicate with people in a cordial and respectful way. And you're able to just be like, hey, no, I'm not going to have that. I'm not going to have that. Also, and then actions speak louder than words. It's something I grew up hearing all the time because my parents always be like, yo, Austin, clean your room. And be like, I will. And my dad would just be like, yo, actions speak louder than words, and like slam my door. And be like, man. All right, now I got to do that shit. But that's exactly what it is now. Like, hold yourself accountable. Don't make your fucking parents come and tell you what to do.
Accountability. I'm not trying to be your daddy all the time. I almost said a name.
Anyways, that's how I feel, and that's just a little story for you guys right there. A little PG story time because we're used to the X-rated stuff from Mikey.
I was gonna say, you were probably like that middle class of fucking famous at school, right? Where you just kind of knew everybody. You know,
but I don't realize it. You know me.
How
you guys
was too, though. And I didn't.
You weren't trying to be the fucking popular guy or anything.
No, exactly. So when he told me that, I was like, "What?
Nah,
you thought of me as what?"
I had a couple rocker homies I would hang out with, and then I had the basketball homies I would hang out with, and then the football homies I would hang out with. I had the Pokemon card homies I'd hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just all over the place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
My main sport was cross country, dude. So when he told me I was popular, I was like, I ran cross country, homie. You thought I was popular? Like,
no, that's the only shit ever. Like,
dude. But we were the best because we were the best team in the school. That's how fucking shitty my school was. So that's why. That's why.
I can imagine. Yeah, man. But just like, kind of getting back on topic. Yeah, sorry. No. I just kind of don't feel like the onus should be on us to be kind of trying to reach out, right, and have these conversations, because I feel like that way it's not really genuine, right? It's like they didn't reach out trying to really have these talks. They're not coming in trying to really show good faith, right? It seems to be better if they are the ones trying to ingratiate themselves with us of their own free will.
Totally
Free
agree.
will.
I think it's like if they or anybody, not to sound too specific, if anybody who was trying to come in from the outside would have came in with a good faith conversation, right? A conversation where if I'm disagreeing with all three of y'all, right? If I come in with good faith, and yeah, we did that. When did we do that? Like the other day, we were discussing, what was it?
When we're in the Twitter space, right?
Nah, it was that, and also the topic we're going to do later, when we were talking about how something could have been executed, and I disagree with the execution.
Oh yeah.
And
Superman.
right.
Yeah.
I finally got to understanding where you guys were coming from, even though I slightly still disagreed because I leaned in favor of mine. But I was like, you know what? In good faith, I definitely understand where you're coming from, and I don't feel like
we had that conversation, right? Yeah, absolutely.
And that doesn't happen from a lot of the outsiders. It's always, what you're saying is wrong, flat out. I can't understand why you would come to this conclusion, or why this or why that. You know what I'm saying?
Then it's just, hey, let's be cool.
Right. Yeah. It goes from that to insults to let's be cool.
Yeah, insult the hell out of you, and then let's be cool now. Like,
what I'm saying? This has definitely gone on for a long time, and so it just seems to be a bit sudden for me, because the turnaround has seemed to be. I mean, what did Austin bring it up earlier? Like, it seems to be less than 24 hours, right, Austin?
Yeah, dude.
It's like 20. It's like not even a day, and already what I'm saying? Oh, hey,
how we good? Yo,
it's like if you hired the dishwasher, then you came in the next day and he's the manager of the whole restaurant,
and you give him the key. You
didn't trust this guy. He could barely mop floors yesterday, bro.
You gotta earn your fucking ranks, man.
Also, you can't, as far as sitting at the cool table or being a part of a round table or anything like that. If we're gonna speak in those terms, in all of our friend groups and all of the time that you've been alive, did you ever like somebody who was trying to buy your friendship?
No.
Did you ever really appreciate that? You just want to buy me over, dude. And mostly because they're probably a shitty person deep down, and you knew it and they knew it, but they were trying to buy you over. Dude, you can't do that. That's not real life. But if that's in good faith, that's cool. I understand that, but it's got to continue,
Yeah, it's a start, but we just feel like it needs to be a genuine from the heart, and more than just going from one extreme to, hey, I'm just here and let's all be cool. There is a process that we have to go through.
Right.
You got what is it? Trust is earned, not given. That's all it is, man. Yeah. In my eyes, you got to earn.
Especially when they've been acting counter so much to what we've been doing.
Because
so long, for years.
Because how does one do that? How does one have such malice, damn near hatred, to the point that they're sitting around wherever they film or whatever they do? They watch all the streams, just for example, they watch a bunch of streams, they download, they clip stuff, they comment on it. It's crazy. How do you spend that much time dissecting someone in a negative fashion, and then 24 hours later, you know what? I suddenly like you guys. This is awesome. What you guys are doing. The very thing that I was bashing for fucking years. I fucking like it all of a sudden. What?
I saw one picture, and they changed their minds. It's we saw this too.
They want to sit with the cool people.
Yeah.
Cool kid.
But
I would just like to say one more time, hey, I saw this coming. This is why I started OG Talk. You know what I'm saying?
I was
Like,
just gonna
I
say
saw
that.
this coming.
I was just
like,
gonna say that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, right? And hey, look at what's happening, right? I mean, as you guys have seen, as the more information has come out during that series, right? I mean, doesn't it sound like we're right in that space when, right before the Snyder Cut got announced back in May of 2020? It really feels like we're right back then in that space, and a lot of the same things are going on. And so, I'm just the guy that started OG Talk, I would think, what I'm saying, that you guys would know that I'm just not about to, be rolling out the red carpet for anybody.
I was just gonna say,
like,
we've gained too much knowledge from OG Talk specifically that we've got to be apprehensive about everyone who tries to come in down here at the finish line. We're not just gonna let somebody slide in and try to take over the fandom, especially when they've had a history of being so hateful and negative, when we've been about the complete opposite. And yeah, things may have gone a little fiery in some points, but
right at the end, because
we've never instigated anything, though. We've never been the instigators, and I hate to be the one who says, you started it, but this is one of those situations when it comes down to that. That's what happens. Like, all we've done, the core of this is our belief in somebody who's been proven to be right a numerous amount of times, and our support of somebody who is a really fucking awesome human being who's been there through the good and the bad, and has always been somebody who's handled everything so well and so professionally, and our love of a director for his art. That's what the hatred of all of those things that I just said is what the very core of this boils down to. And it's you who started it. So that's why we're not going to roll out the red carpet, and we're just going to be very cautious. We're going to keep that velvet rope across, and we're going to stand there and keep our hand on the earpiece and just wait, dude.
And we're gonna screen you guys one by one.
Exactly,
before,
dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can come in, right? Like,
for right now, sorry.
Hold up. We gotta check your ID. We gotta hit it with the little light. You know what I'm saying? Gotta scan that, John. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna get the hands on the car. You're gonna get that pat down.
Hey, straight up.
Getting the pat down, bro.
And at the end of
what it is.
Just go with it. Just go with it, though, right? If you
Yeah.
just go with the pat down and you go with the screening process, then hey, you can get in the club. But just you gotta pump your brakes a little bit.
Right, dude. Stop resisting.
We got outsiders, right? Let's say the outsiders, they gotten in the club and they cause a ruckus.
Which is what's gonna happen, Leon. That's what's gonna happen if we don't screen them properly.
Right. Check it, right? They spilling drinks on the ladies tripping. We boot them out, right? Months later, right? They come back, right? We own the club. We got the rope. You know what I'm saying? We got the VIP section, right? Shouldn't we make them feel a little uncomfortable to try to get back in? That's where I'm sitting with it too, man. I don't even want you coming in and feeling like you're comfortable. I want you to feel a little uncomfortable, like
just a little bit, right? Like just
motherfucker at any moment.
Just
like I can say hi a little wrong and I'm out. You know, say, hey, good morning. What the fuck you mean good morning?
Right.
like good. You trying to tell me I gotta have a good morning? Like what you talking?
Right. And honestly, they might be at the front of the line, and they might ultimately get a sorry, you're not on the guest list, like
something nice.
And they just see we open the velvet rope for other people to come through. Oh, go ahead, come on. You guys got to stay right there, though. Sorry, like you're not on the guest list.
Snyder Queen, come on through, no problem.
Right?
Come on,
Snyder Queen coming straight through the. You ain't got to show no ID. You know what I'm saying? Right in.
Nothing.
She
Yeah,
comes through, she daps up the guy at the fucking velvet rope. What's
That's
good, dude?
No line, nothing. Just walk all the way around. Hey, what's
Hey,
good?
Snyder Queen know what the hand signals are. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Facts, yo. That's what I'm saying. Nah, cause like, look, man, because look, at the core of this, right? This has been about our support of Zack Snyder, and then that morphed into our support of Seal and Mikey. And we've been getting a lot of backlash for that. So I think that what we're asking is totally reasonable. I don't feel like it's unreasonable at all, right? Because we've been getting a lot of pushback, and so hey, just go through the screening process, and then you can probably get in, but you just gotta wait a second.
And by a second, he means way longer than a second, bro.
Definitely longer than 24 hours.
Little background checks.
Yeah,
Everything,
dude,
man.
way
Walker
longer.
was like,
And it's
yo.
gonna take a little bit more than a $5 to bribe your way in, homie.
Austin said, "Can we wait like longer than 24 hours?" He's like, yo, it ain't even been 24 hours, and we already trying to let him in and let him in.
Bruh, hey, how you doing? Hi. Oh, is this? I'm like, what the hell? Yo, not to get all specific, but Austin, you had me cracking up, man. You had me cracking up. I was like, man, that's why I mess with this dude, man. That's why I mess with this dude,
Hey,
bro. I was like, you had me amped.
Austin's best comment is when he said he felt like he was watching Justice League. And
Oh yeah. I was talking about when he was in the chat today.
Oh yeah.
Certain VIPs were bought.
Look, it's all good. But
we gotta watch those reactions when they come up to the club and how they act. When we say, I see your name on the list. If they throw a tantrum and this and that, well, they didn't come in good intentions.
Right.
Yo, because look,
not
like
good faith. Not good faith. Straight up.
Look at what happened when we let people in like Sean O'Connell, yo. Like, did anybody Did anybody just forget what
and that was supposedly a professional.
Yeah, I know. We actually knew what he looked like, though.
He didn't have a YouTube channel and was making content on us like every day, did he?
No.
Right.
So it's a little different, but same concept, bro. Same concept.
That's what makes it worse. Because if a professional can do that, then some crackpot on YouTube sniping us could definitely.
They tried, dude. That's why John Campia, slid in and gave them the super chat that one day. They tried to take the blueprint, but the blueprint is Zack Snyder, dude. So that's why you guys fucked up.
Yeah, man.
It's not a little different blueprint here.
Because supposedly the we were at peace or whatever the fuck, but whatever. So I ain't trying to get all specific. You feel me?
We're at peace, but whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah. Just wait outside at the line, and we'll see if we can get you in.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, right. Any closing statements from the cool table about, what I'm saying, like, just what we feel like should be part of the screening process.
Time. First off, it's time. It's gonna take time. That's why I said the 24 hours comment, because I was feeling like just exhausted at work today. I'm like, it's Thursday. Thursday is my favorite day of the week because it's before Friday, and Friday at work, I don't give a fuck. So it doesn't matter. Thursday, I'm like, yes, it's so close. I'm so amped. And just today, I felt exhausted today, and I was like, and then what was happening. So the stream today, when I got home from work, and I was just like, what the no, I'm sorry right now, but I'm not jiving with it. I wasn't jiving with it. It's gonna take time. And I did think I saw a comment that said people on the other side, some of them understand it's gonna take time. So actions are louder than words, man.
Yeah.
Actions are it's just gonna take time. And like I said, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying time and effort.
Oh, right. Exactly. Yeah. T&E. But absolutely, dude. And like I said at the start of this, it's even if ultimately you're not on the guest list. We don't want you, to come sit at the cool table or sit around the cool table. You got to be able to respect that, because that's just our decision, and you got to be able to respect that. Sometimes we don't want to let you in the gate. That's how it is. You got to respect that.
Sometimes you can get into the club, but you can't get in VIP.
Right. Maybe we'll build a window for you so you can look through if you want to every now and again, but
I'm saying, like,
you gotta take it to a different exactly. Take it to a different place and go find a different club, because right now we don't want you here. And it's freezing outside. So you gotta move along, dog.
yeah,
Move along.
move along, right?
You saw it. Ding.
Good one.
You got any closing statements, Leon, on the bridging of the gap stuff?
Most definitely, I do. I'm gonna say this, right? So, this how I approach it, right? I'm not going to begrudge anyone who has any trepidation about inviting these outsiders, whoever they may be in. Meaning, if you're like me, I'm probably not gonna fuck with you. Period. Excuse my French. I'm just not. I will be cordial. I'll be cool. Whatever the case may be. I'm not trying to mess up anybody's brands or anybody's YouTube channels or whatever, because I know I can be a little rough. I know this.
So rough around the edges.
Yeah.
See, yo, we're all so different. That's why this panel is perfect, yo. And we need that though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we need Leon to be Leon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like we need Austin to be Austin, and we need Necron to be Necron. You know what I'm saying?
Because at the end of the day, like I'm not moving off my square for nobody. I'm gonna do me. You feel me? And I know that's why y'all respect me. Now, with that being said, I know there are other people that are just like me, and their voices aren't as loud as mine, figuratively speaking, or even literally, and they probably feel the same way. I've seen it. Not gonna name anybody, but I know they feel like this is crazy, this is weird. Like I'm never gonna like this person or get along with this person, and why am I being made to feel like I kind of have to at the end of the day? And it's like, I feel you. You don't have to. You don't have to go out of your way to be an asshole. That's at your own discretion anyway. But you don't have to, again, roll out the red carpet. And even if everybody else does, even if over time they prove themselves, if you still don't feel like embracing them, I get it. It's like picking up a snake off the ground that's tried to strike you a bunch of times and then letting it in your house and then trying to domesticate it. And then it gets domesticated for a certain amount of time. And then one day it gets pissed because you didn't feed it properly and it strikes you. And then you're like, why did that happen?
Who can you be mad at?
Right. Yourself. At that point,
Yep.
You can be mad at you. That's it.
You mad at you?
Yeah. So I'm all about accountability. The day is the day for truth, etc. And I hold myself accountable. And with that, I'm just like, a lot
love that word, man. Love that word.
Accountability, right? I love it. It's like my favorite. Love it. A lot of y'all, and it doesn't even matter. Some people are like, I don't give a shit about this guy, and that's cool. That's what's up. Thumbs up. We feel mutual. I don't care about you either. And it's not even a personal hatred. It's just a protection of me and mine's. Me and my people's unseen and my people's seen that are on the screen.
Yeah.
Word.
All right.
I feel that.
All right. You got any closing thoughts, Necron, about the bridging of the gap, sir?
Yeah, I do. I saw, people saying, hey, I'm just fighting for my friends. And I saw that on both sides. And I really don't fucking hate anyone who has a loyalty to their friends. Being loyal to your friends should mean something. Now, your friends may have been wrong in their arguments, but I respect people who are loyal to their friends. That's my closing argument.
I respect
Muy importante. You know what I'm saying? Look, my closing statements are, as I said earlier, I started the OG Talk series for this precise reason, right? I had a feeling that, when it came back to be, time for the SnyderVerse to come back, because I never wavered, just like I never wavered with the Snyder Cut coming out. I never wavered. I knew that we were going to get what we wanted, right? It was only a matter of time. I've known this in my bones this entire time, right? And so since I've known that this entire time, and since I've been called a fool, I've been called a cultist, right? I've been called an attack dog. I've been called all types of things. I've been called all kind of names and all kind of AO, and it's cool because I call certain people names too, and it's fine. But at that same time, right? If I'm right, no, you don't get to just, you know what I'm saying, like wave that white flag and I'm gonna let you into my Jedi temple. No, that's not the way that takes place. You know, take the pebble from my hand. You know, you must become a Padawan. Like, you know what I'm saying? There is no just coming and kicking it with the cool table. It's just not gonna happen. Right? A lot of you guys made a choice, you know what I'm saying, to be against what we had going on this whole time, and it's cool because look, I'm gonna enjoy these movies when they come out, and I know you guys are too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what this has been about this whole time. This stuff has been about content and clicks and all kind of drumming up interest, all that kind of stuff. So that's fine, right? But if you want in over here, there's a screening process. Because if not, what happened last time happens it just happens all over again. Then our fandom gets hijacked, right? The wrong people get highlighted, right? The OGs get pushed out, right? Didn't that just happen?
Yeah, did.
So anybody questioning, you know what I'm saying, like why I am the way that I am and why I do what I do, that's why. Look to my series. It's literally a blueprint of what's happening right now.
Because history will not repeat itself in that fashion. We're not letting any of you assholes come into this shit and do anything crazy. This is ours, and we're keeping it. We've cultivated
Y'all not
it.
coming
We
in
love it.
setting up no conventions.
Nope.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? No. See, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm like. This is what I'm talking about, right?
You ain't knocking Still Abdul off his pedestal. He fought for this shit this whole time. You know,
Exactly.
referring to them. Still's gonna have to get his due. It ain't gonna happen. Him getting this left in the alley and shit like that, and these people just coming in at the end thinking, "Oh, you know, no."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
like
when we say, my bad, when we say,
I'm sorry,
you know, they want us to bask in the sun, or you know, you can bask in the sun with us. We didn't necessarily mean y'all can bask in the sun with us.
Yo, that's real talk, man. Because it's like, yo, man, like, you know, it's a little personal for me.
Well, they've made it personal. Like, and I'm
No,
not trying to go there, and I'm not trying to be negative, but let's
no,
be real.
I mean,
They've made it that way.
no, I mean, it's personal for me in this manner. That's why I started OG Talk. Like, I'm personally invested in this not happening again.
I got you.
Right? And so for anybody questioning why I'm acting the way that I'm acting or why I move the way that I move, no, it's not going to be made comfortable for people that have been counter to everything we've done for the past few years to try to turn around at the last second and say, hey guys, I'm waving the white flag and you must accept me.
Must?
Yeah.
Right? And if you don't accept me, you're wrong and you're a gatekeeper. Because that's what they're saying now. They're like, yo, that word gatekeeper has been thrown around a lot recently. I've been hearing that, right? Because I've been doing a little bit of checking in on some of these streams, right? Just a tad. You know what I'm saying? Just a few minutes here and there. And guess what I hear? I hear the word, SnyderVerse. It's a whole lot of gatekeeping going on. Yeah. You're not watching my OG Talk series. Because if you were, you would know why there needs to be a little bit of level of protection that goes on. Because our fandom that has all this power, right, was monetized and hijacked for all the wrong reasons. And then when it wasn't popular anymore, it was cast to the side. Right? I mean, is anybody disagreeing with what I'm saying right now?
Nope.
No, not at all. And to touch on that popular part, because that was the part that's the bridge in the gap that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody likes to talk about how it got released. Everybody likes to talk about how it got released. And then there was this time period where it was like kind of waning. Love that word. Waning, right? And everybody's like, well, just move on. We're gonna watch all these other movies.
The Batman.
Why are you guys calling it the SnyderVerse?
Hamada.
You're so toxic. Come stop it. Just watch all these stupid ass WB movies.
Watch the CW.
We want Zach back. You guys
Superman and Lois.
Zach.
Leon, Superman and Lois, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Superman and Lois. And Rebel Moon. Come on. Like, no.
SnyderVerse is on Netflix.
Right. It's on Netflix only. And it's like, nah, man. All this bullshit, right? After it became a little unpopular. Meanwhile, it never truly became unpopular. Not to take away from what you said, because you're absolutely right. They tried to make it unpopular because they thought Warner Brothers wasn't going to get bought out.
Old regime.
Like, nah. It went from release the Snyder Cut to them turning their back on us, Warner Brothers and certain fans, quote unquote, right? And then it became us going, we're not going to give up. We're just going to cuss out Warner Brothers every day. They tried to use us when the Snyder Cut got released. We're going to cuss you guys out every day. And then Discovery swooped in like,
we got
that was one of the best things ever happened.
Just wait. Hold strong. Keep cussing these motherfuckers out.
Wasn't that on
We're gonna put a D at the end of the B. Don't even worry about it.
Hey, they was low-key putting the battery in our back though, right? They was like, yo, keep y'all foot on the gas. Make sure y'all keep talking about Toby and getting him out of there. You know?
Little shit like Batman versus Superman is a masterpiece, and so is the what? Like, hold on.
We were like, oh.
You go to the DC page and the Trinity's front and center now.
Yeah, just little itty bitty, little teeny weeny nuggets here and there, just dropping them. But we were the closest, clinging to hope.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
You know what, too, man? Even in the metal scene, we call them posers, and they love that word gatekeeper on the veterans because they want to get. They just want to be accepted and not earn their stripes.
Yeah.
So when we kind of, we do gatekeep on them. We're like, not that shit, kid.
Bro,
you got to earn your fucking stripes.
Dude, I was in the Army. You don't go from a private to a sergeant immediately. In a day, that's just not the way it works, bro.
The sergeants are what? Gatekeepers. To promote him. I mean, that's the way it goes.
Yep.
Literally, they're gatekeepers.
Welcome
bro.
to the fucking real world. There's gatekeepers everywhere.
Yeah, I used to gatekeep in the military. Just even my friendship with my homeboy Carlos. Like me and him used to roll together. I think I've told y'all about like me and my homie Los, man, my brother from another mother, man. Like we used to roll all the time when we used to go out in different countries and whatnot, right? And then we got a little popular amongst like certain people, and they were like, "Yo, we want to roll with y'all. We know y'all be getting down, y'all be having fun." But like, nah. Really? Occasionally 3 with like some of the homies that we knew were like dope as fuck, right?
Yeah.
But like, this is a duo. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like a lot of y'all, when y'all come in, y'all don't know how to act. And that's what happened. That shit came back to bite us in the ass a couple of times, and we had to walk our freaking shipmate, because I was in the Navy. We had to walk our shipmates back to the ship. They were drunk as fuck.
Yeah, look.
And our adult asses are having to walk back other adults because we can't leave them behind. And we were pissed. Like, see, this is why we gatekeep our friendship, man.
Look, real talk, right? Some homies are cool. Like, it's cool for us to be in the barracks and like play rock band and stuff. That's
Right.
dope. We can do that. That don't mean I'm about to go out to the club with you, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Totally.
Why you turning off the PlayStation and the Xbox? Where you going? Oh, bro, I'm about to throw in this cologne. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But hey, what was
I'm
it?
about to hop in the shower.
What
You
was
know
this
what I'm
guy?
saying? Make sure
Shave
I'm
and shower. Shit,
right.
shave and shower. I'm about to
Hey,
shave and shower.
facts.
Straight up.
And so, yeah, I just want to let you guys know, like, it's not a negative thing, but this just happened last time with our community, and some of us just are not going to let this happen again without us speaking on it and using our platforms to do so. And you guys just should be understanding of that. I don't think that's asking too much.
Command and control.
Command and control.
Command and control.
Yeah, they want us to. They want us to. Maybe they like. I feel like a lot of people gave up and lost faith, and were non-believers way back when some people got hurt and gave up hope when they saw the Aaron Sarnoff article. When immediately after the Snyder Cut and all of the subsequent articles that came out, they lost hope and kept losing hope, and that's okay. That's fine. Your feelings are valid and all of that. However, you can't try and make other people since whenever that happened for you, which has been a while. You can't make other people try and feel what you feel and try to make them feel like you feel. That's where the situation gets, a little blurred and things get tossed around that shouldn't be tossed around, and feelings get hurt ultimately because your feelings were hurt and you wanted other people to feel hurt like you. So you ended up just hurting their feelings. And now because of that, we're gatekeeping. So that's got to be respected. And if the behavior lasts over a certain amount of time, then we'll see. We'll reevaluate down the line.
Like, I don't think anybody's saying you guys can never, kick it with us in any type of capacity, right? I mean, that gotta mean we gotta be having streams together, right? But you can come in the chat, and engage and stuff like that, and but hey, dues have to be paid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially for some of you guys that we're so man, but hey, I do want to move on, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to spend too much time on that. I do want to get into next, guys. The response to Cavill not showing up at Comic-Con, right? How massive was this? I think that this was a pretty massive letdown, right? Especially with it being teased that he was gonna to show up at Comic-Con. You had a lot of outlets that kind of ran with that and were really pushing that narrative, and so when he didn't show up, it made it all the much worse. But I might be able to say that Henry Cavill not showing up at Comic-Con was almost as big of a story as Marvel dropping their slate. Is that like a fair assessment, you guys think?
Yeah, pound for pound.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, absolutely.
If you get that reference. Just depends on who's playing Superman,
Pound for pound, right? Right. Yeah. No, yeah, I would say that's a completely fair assessment. It trended heavy. It was trending more than the event that Henry was supposed to be a part of, Black Adam. Henry Cavill Superman was trending harder than Black Adam.
It was trending harder than all the DC stuff they talked about.
Yeah. I forgot
somebody at the top had to see that.
They have to see too. This is a huge
cartoon frame empire. You know what I'm saying? Then The Rock's whole little entrance and trailer and everything. So I'm not surprised that Henry Cavill, not showing up trending big.
This is a huge opportunity too. They also have to be able to see that, like you said, it's their whole effing slate, right? Compared to Henry Cavill. Like, how much of an opportunity is that for you as a company? Like, Zaslav has got to be able to see that. And I don't think necessarily, I guess I've read that it might have been a mistake that Jason Momoa did what he did. We'll get on that next, but I don't think necessarily because of this response, the no-show response, I think it might have been kind of forced, you know, like, hey, we need to get something out to rehabilitate and give the fans something because we were so let down. And isn't it a little bit of a coincidence that it happened after such a big event that took place just a few nights ago?
Right?
You know,
They
give us
realized they
something.
miscalculated big time.
Yeah.
WBD, they were like, fuck, we didn't think it would be this big of a deal. The SnyderVerse is fucking huge. We need to put something out there, make people feel good about it.
You know what it is too? I think whoever was in charge of that Black Adam shit, I think they completely underestimated Superman as a character. At the end of the day, you know, there are people that, like, when they're first born, the first thing that they wear is something Superman related before they even know who Superman is. Like, Superman is still the most iconic comic book character and arguably among like the top 10 iconic characters in general, comic book or otherwise, of all time. It's like you're never going to beat that. And when you get a Superman that's in such a displayed and portrayed at such a high level, you elevate that particular version even higher. Like him, it's Superman, the most iconic, and then he's been
Superman
raised.
is one of the most recognizable logos on planet Earth, Leon. You know what I mean?
I think it's second to the Christian cross. It's second to the Christian cross.
Like number one. If I'm not mistaken, it's the number one most recognizable symbol on Earth, probably over Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk.
I think the last time I saw it was like neck and neck with the Christian cross. But I would not be surprised if it was number one.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, it might be number two.
And think about that.
Superman only behind Jesus Christ.
Jesus, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Zach knew something.
See why Zach
my brothers in Christ. Our brothers in Kal-El. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's blueprint, guys.
Yeah, man. And like I said, man, it's something about the iconic nature of Superman and then the bar that was raised. You know, people try to make it seem like Zack Snyder did such a shitty job. In hindsight, man, everybody is hungry and thirsty for Zack Snyder's version of Superman.
Even Sean Campbell.
Yeah.
Bro, he jumped out his seat. Did you guys see that? When he thought that Henry Cavill was coming, he got so excited he jumped out his seat. It was in the Film God video. That was the only reason why I saw it.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I forgot about
he
that.
jumped out his seat.
Yeah,
I believe this is not from a source. This is not from a source, but I believe
Austin be coming up with them good ass impressions.
Bro, look, man, I love this panel, yo. You guys have no idea how much I just love the energy here. You know what I'm saying? I love the energy so much that I'm actually gonna make a surprise announcement to fans afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And it might be something that the panel knows about, but you guys don't. But the panel don't know what I'm talking about now, though. But, you know, hey,
we know, but we don't.
Yeah, they know, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, look, I think that, you know, in hindsight, do we think that this might have been planned?
The Cavill thing? Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, it was deadline.
No. Leaking that he was going to come, just to have him not come, and then it creates a bigger buzz, and then, you know, I don't know, man. Or
a lot of free publicity on that.
Or at the very least, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, everybody just seems so sure. It's just weird. This was like a Mephisto situation.
Yeah, for sure. I believe I might have said that. I don't know. I think on our first episode I might have said that because I was rewatching it today. The same thing. It's a Mephisto, but I believe Mikey said either on Sunday night or it was Monday night Scoop Center that we're gonna be irritated for the next upcoming months because there's gonna be a lot of push and pull. So the push was the deadline leak. The poll was him not being there. Now we got to push again with a Batfleck photo, you know? So
Or
what's
are you
the
saying
poll
that
gonna
there's
be?
more pull coming, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, right. You know?
exactly. We got a poll coming, so we got to just keep on,
Well,
rhythm with
We
it.
have to
it's
know.
keeping that
Man, look,
engagement, man. It's keeping it out
Exactly.
there, keeping it going. It's all engagement.
yo,
Yeah, that's that weirdo Hollywood tactic that they like to do. They like to mess with people psychologically in order to like pull you in emotionally. It's a weird game they play. They've done it since the dawn of Hollywood, where they'll create a situation and make it seem like, oh, this is totally by happenstance. This is by accident, and it was all by design. It was produced and
like,
directed
hey,
by
we
some
just
executive.
happened to run into Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
look, never mind. Don't bring that
He's
up.
gonna be fully shaved. He's gonna be all dressed in black and a mad nice
Hashtag
suit.
beard watch. You know
Beer
what I'm saying?
Right.
Hashtag Mikey was right. Hashtag Sue was right, dude.
Hashtag
Fucking
chill
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Hey,
Sue was
hold
right,
up,
dude.
hold up. Let's not do that yet. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that yet. That's gonna come later. You know what I'm saying? Because do y'all know it's coming? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, but yeah, look, I think that look, but with all this push and pull coming, I think that people need to realize that we're getting what we want. We can relax. There doesn't have to be all this like panic, for lack of a better term, right? It's okay. Like all the signs are there. Just chill, right? Like let's not
Yes.
think like, hey, this one stream is gonna restore the Snyderverse,
Oh, it
right?
ain't.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Relax.
look, I wish that any of our channels were that powerful,
Yeah.
Ah,
but
seriously.
they're not.
Seriously.
Nobody's channel is big enough to tank restore the Snyderverse. I don't
Nah,
care who you are.
if
I
a
don't care
studio
what
couldn't
you're
do it, a
talking
channel can't do it.
You know
If a
what I'm
studio
saying?
couldn't do it, a
So
channel can't.
Some people just need to get caught up with the fact it isn't WB anymore. It's WBD. And they
it's a whole new company.
look at what, yeah, it's a whole new company, a whole new management. Then look what they're doing. Look what they're sending out there. They're showing you what's up.
Hey, and they're kind of like reinstalling our little love affair that we had with Jason Momoa for a while, because he was the one who kind of
Yeah,
verbally bitch slapped the one reporter who was talking shit about the Snyder Cut, and he's like, "I've seen it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, but it still needs VFX, right?" Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Bro, he had a cut, bro. He was like,
Snyder
bro,
Cut?
I have
Yeah.
multiple cuts. He's like, I have multiple cuts, Like, but
I used to share that video so often, bro, where Zach was at basically SnyderCon.
yeah.
He was like casually just telling the guys he's signing. He's like, yeah, I got multiple cuts. And people were arguing with me. They're unfinished. I'm like, that's not how movies work. Unfinished or otherwise.
You
It's
don't
still
think he had a
part of the
cut that
movie.
was finished if he had multiple ones?
And I said that too. And he also said that. He said that to people inside the fandom that were OGs, and they leaked it out because he told them, yeah, you're right. He had a theatrical one that had the freaking Justin Wolf. I guess we'll call him Justin Wolf, not Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
That version.
214.
And it was complete, right? And then he had another one that he was willing to tweak a bit and then release it in movie form. And then when it fast forward, it boiled down to them basically going, well, shit, let's revamp the whole thing, like throw in a bunch of stuff, do whatever you want. Zach was like, I want this one, I want this version. So it was a lot of stuff going on. He had enough material to basically feed HBO Max, but they were idiots.
Yeah, dude. How hilarious for us to laugh at the old executives, because I forget, I never knew really the name of that of the one executive who said it was a global phenomenon, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like
Oh wait. I know her name. Her name is the one that got a promotion.
Exactly. Because she knew business. She
from
knew
Europe
business.
or something, or India or one.
I think
Global
she's
phenomenon, homie.
From some
I don't know her name. I'm sorry, but I know she's
not from the US.
Is it Priya?
She got a promotion.
Priya, I don't know.
That's what I know.
Let's look it up.
It was like that funny
It's
shit
Priya
that
or
we used
something, right?
we saw all the funny shit though, like happening around the world on the other WB accounts. They were all promoting stuff, but the main ones in the US weren't for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they
Never did.
would, yeah,
Never did.
anything, any
Never
mention,
did.
any whatever, and then we saw TNT would be like, "Yo, we got Zack Snyder's Justice League. We're watching it right now. This shit's fire," and anything that was said, but the main accounts never did, and that's all because
No trailers.
pettiness, dude, pettiness. They saw the numbers as Zack Snyder's Justice League, and they were like, all the fans want to see the numbers and they want to celebrate it, and like, they want to celebrate it. They want to celebrate this, yeah, dude.
Let's start with Tina Turner numbers. Tina Turner did better than a Snyder cut. You know what I'm saying?
Like, come on.
Just random numbers. So I have her name. I was right. It was Priya. It's Priya Dogra is her name.
Dude, she is here for all of us for saying.
All you gotta do is look who's still employed and getting promoted and who got their pink slips.
Straight up.
They were petty and they lost.
Everybody that said the SnyderVerse was dead is gone. They're all
for real.
And one guy sitting in an office with tumbleweeds going by, waiting for that day. This is what it is,
right? Yeah, no, Michael DeLuca. I mean, he's pretty much already taken over. They said that in the interim, he's taken over DC Studios. Him and Pam Abdi.
Well, that's how it works at jobs. If you get rid of a position that's essentially like a sister version or a brother version of that position, then you must fill that role until you have somebody. So it's not even like a conspiracy theory. All these weirdo betas who are watching it and saying we're being cultists and making shit up. No, we're not. That's how jobs work.
But we don't know business, Leon.
Right. If we're under,
business, it's common sense.
Right. Exactly. The person above that office position, it's a film division up under a film division. So who's ever in charge of the damn film division is going to be in charge of that until you get somebody to head that portion of that film division. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But yeah.
But nothing was fundamentally going to change. From buyout.
Yeah, I think so.
It's cool, guys. Bro, some of the same people that were saying it's gonna be status quo, and some of the same people that not 24 hours after they waved the white flag, we trying to roll the red carpet out for them.
And you're in there. The only thing, I remember being comments of these, and I was being toxic by saying it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath over there. Just wait. Oh, you're crazy. Whatever.
Status quo, right, Necron?
Status quo. I was like, okay, I guess you guys never been involved in a takeover or something. Maybe.
Yeah, they had no idea what was coming. Like, you couldn't see everything that in the numbers that WB was getting, the money that they were hemorrhaging, and then tell us that they were fine and all the executives were going to stay there. Like, that's one of the points where we had one of our major differences, and I think most of the reason because of that is either they were happy with the fact that Zack Snyder was done, and they didn't have to hear about Zack Snyder fans talk about Zack Snyder anymore in the DC universe, and they can have whatever bullshit version of Marvel they wanted in DC. And the second part of that was the fact that they may have been shills or had insiders that worked for the old executives, so they had to toe that line and keep their access. That's two of the main reasons why we split with a lot of people back then, and they started to hate us because we weren't going to do either two of those things. Hate on Zack Snyder and fucking toe the WB company line that's fucked with Zack Snyder for many, 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 many years. Fuck both of them things.
No, that is a great assessment, yo. That is kind of like where we were reaching a lot of our pushback from. Was a lot of people that was feeling like, hey, it was going to be status quo. We heard that term quite a bit around that time, right? Like, hey, nothing's going to change, right? And the goalpost has moved several times. We don't have to really.
Yeah, we don't got to rehash it all.
Yeah. Oh no, but we will in this next topic because you know what I'm saying. Like, hey. It's about to get ugly in this next topic. You know what I'm saying? But look, I just want to say, look, in terms of the Henry Cavill thing and the response, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, this whole thing was kind of manufactured, right? And, because they know look, if there's one thing that Warner Brothers Discovery must know, right? Or maybe they're still in that kind of space where they're testing out our power, but they either know our power or they're finding it out right now.
Yeah, one or the
It's
other.
one of the two. So we're either being used for like, hey, it's gonna be like a situation where we're gonna push and pull, or it's like, hey, we know what you guys are saying, but how bad do you actually want this? Right? They might need that new data, right? Every time that you are coming in, you want to be able to get that new data actually for yourself in whatever ways that you can acquire it, right? So I understand that as well, but I just think that this whole Henry Cavill thing might have just actually shown that, hey, just the power of Henry Cavill coming back. I mean, I really think that that's why Kevin Feige unloaded that slate like that and dropped not only Phase 5 but movies in Phase 6.
That was a reaction.
Yeah,
That was a
He
total
was
reaction to
definitely
Henry
thinking that they
Cavill.
were going to bring Henry Cavill. I think he was definitely thinking that.
I think you're right because like, why would he do that? This man, he pulled out like y'all seen Predator, right? The original Predator with Schwarzenegger, right? They pulled out the minigun, right? Same minigun they used in Terminator 2. And he just unloaded it. And it's like he did that for target practice, not the Predator in this case. Kevin Feige was just doing target practice. Like, damn, why'd you bring that big ass thing? Just cause overkill, just in case. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in the back of his mind, he was like, man, what the fuck? What if they bring out Cavill? It's a wrap. Like there was no need to destroy Comic-Con like that. He detonated.
Well, it was a win-win essentially because it's a win for them as far as having something to compete with a Cavill show. If Cavill was there, that I guess that's a competitive thing to drop, and as far as Marvel goes, which is hilarious to say that they need all of that to compete with just Cavill. But the other win of that is what happened is if he doesn't show, they still get to excite the fans with something that they didn't expect in a huge way. So it's a win-win, It's competitive if he's there. If he's not there, well, then it's an even bigger win, That's how I feel. Feige was looking at that. And like you said, you never know. Just in case. Let's bring that shit out. It's just fucking
Exactly. I'd rather clear the forest with this information and have a forest.
And think about it, they got them to reveal their slate. They know everything now.
Yo, I
that's
think it
a
might have
good
been
point.
a pump fake too. Like that's what I've been getting at, right? Like I really think that this might have been a pump fake.
Yeah,
Right.
They did.
Sil was
They
alluding
bid
to
on
that.
They was like, yo, and they
And so yeah, they won. They won a battle. Marvel won the battle that day, but they didn't win the war. DC got strategic information out of it.
Hey, look, they know that they're dropping 2 Avengers movies in 2025.
Yeah.
Hey, that's real because at the end of the day, like, I know there are some people even in the fandom that don't believe that, Marvel was getting information from Zack Snyder. Like, there was so much shit going on. We ain't even got to get into it, but even BVS was rewritten a couple of times because there was information given. And then there was a bunch of information from the Snyder Cut given too that helped out with Marvel's some of Marvel's slate before Endgame and during Endgame, right? We ain't got to get into all that. But point I'm saying is that door has been firmly closed, right? It was pried open a bit when that dude who directed the Suicide Squad, he came along because he has that relationship with Feige, right? Or Feige.
James Gunn. Feige.
Yeah, I don't like saying that dude's name, but yeah, Gunn.
Come on, man. I thought you were saying that you don't like saying Feige. I'm like, come on, man. You can say the guy's name, right?
I give props to Kevin Feige, man. I mean, I like his movie.
Kevin,
the guy knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah. He gives the fans what they want. I can't even hate on the guy, but yeah, Gunn.
What an unreasonable concept.
Yep.
Giving people what they want.
Scratching your head. Exactly, dude.
He popped up at my screening for Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, and we didn't expect him to be there. I was like, hey, Kevin Feige. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got happy. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's sick.
and I'm the biggest, one of the biggest Zack Snyder fans in the world. You know what I'm saying?
But he's just a recognizable figure now, though.
Yeah.
You know?
But getting back to Man of Steel, let's look at how the narrative of that movie has changed since it was released
Night
to where
and
it's
day.
at now. And then you talk about doing a sequel to that. That movie is considered one of the best comic book movies in most circles now. It wasn't at first.
And it's definitely one of the best origin stories.
Right
Oh
up.
God, maybe the best in my eyes for a comic book movie. So people are hungry for that now. They are hungry for Henry Cavill to be back as Superman. We're talking like, in my eyes, Top Gun fucking hungry. I'm not saying it's gonna make Top Gun money, but it's Top Gun hungry.
The second one's gonna hit $1 billion.
Oh yeah,
if you get the Superman solo movie, it's gonna hit $1 billion.
Oh
yeah, and
I think that if not before, now, by his absence at Comic-Con, being almost as big a story as Marvel dropping their slate is ridiculous.
Crazy. But it just goes to show you that that's how much of a response there is for DC right now.
SnyderVerse is big bucks.
We're starved, dude. We're starved. Absolutely starved for it. And I think I remember Sil either saying on today's stream or the stream he had with the State of the Fandom with BR Snyder Cut.
With Ingrid. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was either then or on today, but he did say that there's plans, or there may be plans for within the 5-part story arc, there might and probably will be another movie. And he said it in such a way that it made me think less like there's going to be a Justice League 4 and more like there's going to be a Man of Steel 2 in there.
Yeah,
to fit within the 5-story arc. And I think since everything has happened with Cavill as well, and since Zack, brought him onto the scene as Superman, and that's his Superman past, present, and future, he wants to do this story and fill all the elements as well and make Cavill happy as well.
And why would you need to come right back in with a Justice League 2?
You don't need to.
Don't need to.
Hey guys, I don't know if you know, Zack Snyder's Justice League just came out last year. All right, we can get some more solo movies in here. Now is the time for the Superman solo you want to do, and you want to do a Batfleck movie, right? You can do that. You know what I'm saying? Now's the time. If you want to do Wonder Woman 3,
they're gonna have to anyway.
Whatever the hell that they're gonna do with Wonder Woman 3.
They're gonna have to anyway, because the way a lot of this stuff works is the financial buildup from these films feed into other films. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So at this
like
point,
Marvel
did. Want that interconnected universe. It only makes sense.
Right. So they're gonna have to roll with Superman solo, Batman solo, another Wonder Woman solo, and then I don't know, lead into blah blah blah, which leads into it's gonna have to roll.
Cyborg project.
Dude, what if they can reboot it?
Happen, man.
They can do the soft reboot, restore. Obviously, they can do that the same way that they began it. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the rest of the Justice League after that. So first we're gonna get Man of Steel 2, and then the Batman movie, and then Wonder Woman and the rest of the Justice League in Justice League 2 and 3. I think that's how they're gonna do the same. The way it started, they're gonna restore it in the same order.
They're gonna film that Justice League 2 and 3 back to back. You know that
for sure. Why do you think? Why do you think Zack Snyder's doing Rebel Moon 1 and 2 right now? It's an experiment, so he can perfect it when it comes to DC.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only way for them to do the Justice League 2 and 3 movies, right? Is for them to shoot them back to back, because with all this time that's gone by, it's better to just shoot them back to back, because you don't have that same luxury of time before. I mean, look, if you remember, Justice League was already supposed to be a 2-parter.
Yeah,
they took it down to 1 movie.
Yeah, they're gonna give him his 2-parter back.
Right now it's gonna pay. I'm gonna shoot 2 and 3 back to back. If you guys want to do any more solo movies here in between 2 and 3 coming out, that's cool, right? But I'm pretty sure that that continuity, in Zack's world is gonna be pretty tight, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really expecting Zach's films to be interfered with by other directors' films. I feel like if anything, it'll be the other way around.
They gotta work into what Zach wants, not Zach trying to work into what they want.
Yeah, we can't conform
He's
that
the architect of this.
that type of creativity too to whatever like corporate box they've trying to already set for him. You know, you got to let the artist make his own canvas and then paint the picture. You can't give him a canvas and say, "Hey, paint a picture on this."
You know, it's going to be awesome. Zach's going to give us that Superman, that everybody's been wanting, the happy Superman. He's going to, well, me happy, but it's going to be the Superman that all these people have been, oh, he's too sad. He doesn't smile. And he's going to be this wonderful Superman and he's going to kick ass and everybody's going to fucking love it. And then Zach is just going to cut everybody off at the knees when, what happens next. Zach's like, yeah, now here comes this evil Superman.
Yo, yeah. You saying that just made me think of something though. That's exactly what's gonna happen. But what's even better because Zack Snyder. This is why. And Man of Steel 2, he will have Superman save a cat out of a tree.
Bro, I hope he does,
bro.
Man. Like, it's like part of some montage, right? It's like part of some montage.
I would.
Yeah, dude, exactly. It's gonna happen, bro. Or it might just be him going towards someone, and then all of a sudden you hear a cat, and he's like, "Oh," and just catches it, and then puts it down and keeps going. It's gonna be a very little Easter egg, but that'll be for us. That'll be for us.
Yeah, I would. I was
gonna say, I want to hear what Leon got to say.
I was gonna say I would if he did some shit like that, I would literally fall out in the theater. Zach would do that shit so elegant. He'd have going up to the tree, grab the cat, do all this bullshit, you know what I mean? And then like it would definitely be in like a montage. It's kind of like a wink at the fans kind of thing. I'd start cracking up, bro. It would be the best shit ever. He's gonna make a cat out of a tree in an Academy Award winning moment.
And then next time you see him as evil Superman, he's snapping the Shazam family's heads.
Dude, as kids.
Oh, as kids, even cold.
The head of a cat off.
Look, let me ask y'all something. Now that we're talking about this Cavill,
that's what they did in Flashpoint, though. By the way, that's where I got that idea from. Let me be clear. That's some fucking weirdo.
Hey, look. Now that we're talking about this whole Cavill thing, right? I have a question I want to ask you guys before we move on to the next topic. All right. I'm hopeful about Henry Cavill showing up in this Black Adam movie. I think that'll be dope, right? I feel like there's been a lot of people that kind of feel like it doesn't matter if Henry Cavill shows up. I don't feel like that's true, right? I feel like if Henry Cavill shows up, that's only more of a sign that more than likely Zach is going to be back. Mm-hmm. So, especially with everything that's going, I mean, like, look, there's so many signs, right? And so I feel like anything that I can kind of take, on top of everything else that I've been already getting, I'm all for it. And, I'm not really minding Superman popping up in this Black Adam movie. And I'm not thinking that it's a bad thing, but I want to get you guys' take on that. Is it a bad thing, or does it matter if Henry Cavill shows up in the Black Adam movie? Like, what do you guys think?
I think it's a bad thing.
No.
Go on, Austin. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna agree with you. I was just saying, no, it's not a bad thing. It's a show of good faith. I think that decision probably started back when the merger happened, and the Rock had a meeting with David Zaslav, and they were kind of just like, hey, things are gonna change going forward, and we need to have the biggest, most recognizable IP back in theaters with the biggest, soon to be blockbuster, hopefully. And that was, Black Adam. That is going to be Black Adam. We need to have Superman in that. And who's going to be Superman? And he probably asked The Rock that. And
hey, it depends on who's going to be Superman.
Yeah, right, exactly. And The Rock probably was like, "Oh, I know a guy. If you and then
the last guy to play Superman,
it's got to be him. It's got to be him, dude." So, I don't want to be duped, and we've been told that we won't be. You know, it's not a body double, it's not a cut off head. It's gonna be Henry, and so if that,
What if it's Brandon Rouse?
dude, oh my god. I will feel exactly. It'd be the same thing as a head cutting off. I told you guys in the group chat before, but when that happened at the end of the Shazam,
If
I
it's
was in.
Brandon Roth, he's going to get his ass kicked. That's
Oh
what
my god, we're doomed. We're doomed. But I was in a huge IMAX theater, like in the middle. I picked a good seat. I was in between some people, and then the ending thing of the Shazam comes out, and it's no face, and I audibly just went, "Oh, come on! You gotta be."
Yeah, you
I
can't
could-
do that again.
I couldn't do it. I was so
Yeah,
mad.
my theater laughed at that scene, but you could tell it wasn't one of those like you're laughing with it, you're laughing at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to end with though, Skywalker. If you gotta have your phone ready at the post credits, so you can try and tape that reaction of everyone going crazy.
Bruh. Oh yeah, nah. That's one that I'm gonna see at the Chinese theater. It's gonna be crazy.
That for us,
But
because
hey, I'm not. Hey, I've kind of been told, it might be more than just a post credit scene. We don't even know. It's more than just a post credit scene, guys.
Amanda Waller rumored to be there, so who knows?
You know what I'm saying? Look, all right. Would you guys be mad if there's a Superman in this movie and it's Tom Welling?
I would. Yeah.
I won't be mad.
I want Henry Cavill or nothing.
Who
Come
else
on.
is gonna be Superman, yo?
Right.
Yo,
I'd be mad, but I'd be a little less mad if the Smallville theme song kicked in. Be a little less mad, but I'd be pissed.
People going against this, it literally makes no sense to be anybody other than Henry Cavill.
What about the guy from the show in the 90s or whatever?
Tyler Hecklin or Hacklin, whatever his name is. Like, bro, who's Superman gonna be?
We don't want a jobber Superman. We want a Henry Cavill. Come on, man.
There's only one.
It's so obvious, man.
You know, if anybody else signs on that dotted line, The Rock is already guaranteed. You know, I'm whooping your ass, right? You know that, right? I'm gonna wrap this red cake around your head and I'm gonna choke you. You know that, right? He can only do that to jobbers. If he signs Henry, man, going toe to toe with Henry, can't do that, brother. Yeah, it's got to be Henry, man. It's Henry.
But this is Superman.
Right.
It makes no sense for it to be anybody other than Henry. That's what I don't understand. People are like, oh my God, the SnyderVerse is getting rebooted. It doesn't matter. They're not going to use Henry Cavill. Like, who are they going to be? Who's he going to be? Then it's like, oh, no, but Henry Cavill's going to come back, but Zack's not going to come back. It doesn't make any sense. Who's going to direct the Justice League movie? Taika Waititi? James Gunn?
They would screw that up.
There's only a few directors.
Or would it be the person who just directed a Justice League movie that has a 94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Universally loved.
Y'all love to bring up Rotten Tomatoes, but y'all hate to bring up that one, though. Y'all hate to bring up that one, though.
Those facts hurt, and truth hurts.
For real.
Global phenomenon. Viewed over 750 million times in China. Killing Endgame. Killing Endgame. These are facts.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that guy's going to come back and direct?
Right. Yeah, that was my last response.
This is all Easter eggs towards that direction, people. Right. If you can't figure that out, too bad. I don't know what else to tell you.
It's like, wake the fuck up, man. You're living in a dream world, guys.
Straight up.
So cool, Zach. Living in a dream world, guys.
It's like you're living in a dream world.
Welcome to the real. This is the real world.
I like how many times he said it's like. He's like it's like.
He was like building up to it, you know.
All they gotta remember, all they gotta fucking remember is the last time they had someone else direct a Justice League movie, what happened?
What happened?
What happened?
For real.
Don't fucking make that mistake again.
I don't not miss you. What?
That's like
that's gonna hurt in the morning.
Oh, man. I don't even understand the physics of toes or whatever. I don't know.
Dude, I used to.
Oh, yeah.
That part was kind of funny. That part was kind of funny. I ain't gonna front. I laughed. It's like, I don't even understand the physics of my toes hurting. I did.
Yeah.
I did chuckle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, right? But what I do want to say is, moving on. You know what I'm saying? But
Basically, right.
not giving no credit to Justice League, yo. Not giving no credit. But
Josh
I'm
is,
not gonna lie.
like
At that point,
finish.
I did chuckle. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this. My point in, like, I would always argue with these Marvel fans. I'm like, yo, you know, they'd always say, oh, these DC movies are too dark. They're too, you know what I'm saying, sad or dreary, whatever, yada, yada, yada. I would always say, do you want Batman cracking one-liners? Right? And that's what we got in Justice League. And that shows you Batman should not be cracking one-liners.
Yep.
Because
there's your evidence.
It comes off like George Clooney in Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
You
and
know-
that validates people's feelings about how they didn't like Batman. You know, they didn't like Ben Affleck as Batman. They're like, "Oh, yep, see, look, at knew he was bad, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? No, it's not like that's not what we just saw. This doesn't make sense. Why are we seeing this?
It all depends, because like what they delivered in Justice League was trash ass, goofy ass lines and setup. He had like a few one-liners in Zack's Justice League, but it came off like gangster. Like he was talking some shit here and there. It was like it was one-liners, you know what I mean? But it was real authentic, you know what I mean?
It's still Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I bought the
Batman.
bank. Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that kind of stuff. Not not, you know, something's definitely bleeding.
Right.
I can't wait to get to this next part. We're leading right into something.
Yeah.
Well, this dude, Dostoevsky. I'm just
I hated that, bro. I hated that.
look. That's what happens when you don't let Zack Snyder direct Henry Cavill. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. You get mustaches removed digitally, and it looks worse than a deep fake.
Looks so weird.
Kendrick Lamar's video looked better than Henry Cavill. Kendrick Lamar's deep fake video looked better than Henry Cavill's Justice League mustache removal. That's crazy. They made Kendrick Lamar look like different people in a video much better than Warner Brothers took a mustache off of Henry Cavill. That's crazy.
It was terrible. It was terrible. And you knew when you were in the theaters, you're like, oh, so they lied to us about them fucking keeping true to Zack's vision, huh?
My heart sank, bro.
Yeah,
it sank when I saw his face. I was like, oh my God, it's all true. Instantly.
It's all true. The first inkling you get is the I tried thing of the freaking.
I tried.
And then you're like, what? What is that?
And then that the hippo shit. It was like, do you ever fight a hippo, or what do you say? I was like, well, what?
Yeah, right.
For the longest, I never knew that because I never saw the movie again after I left the theater. So
I
like, I only knew the line on Twitter.
We
on Twitter, and I was like,
Easter eggs too. And that's how he did his fucking shit Easter egg. Let me put a bomb on the side of the street. This will be a good Easter egg for the start of the film. So they'll know that I tried. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
Hey, because that's what Zack Snyder does, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, exactly. He's the king of Easter eggs. I know how to do Easter eggs. I got one.
It's fun roasting this movie.
They had that Nobody Knows song playing in the beginning.
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say, I remember I got into it with I'm not gonna name
about that. They was like, yo, nobody knows what we just did.
Right. I remember getting into it with somebody, one of the defectors of the fandom. They were like, they put together like a fan version of Zack Snyder Justice League, right? Like, this is what Zack was going to do, and they put together footage or whatever, and they left that in. I was like, I don't think Zack would have opened his movie with that whack ass song, and they kind of was debating with me, and I was like, that's not his style, bro. That's not his style at all. That everybody knew, like, nah.
Dude, and then
I was right.
He tried to watch Watchmen and copy the intro of Watchmen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's what he did here. If I put that here, nobody will know.
He had slow motion and a song playing and things happening.
Stuff going on.
Right? Man. Like,
And he's so petty. He's like, let me try jokes that didn't land in my other movie. In this movie, just to prove that they're funny, and it's like, what? If it's not funny the first time, it's not going to be funny the second time,
I'm
dummy.
gonna have Flash lay on top of Wonder Woman.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Bro, the execution was that was so corny, bro. It looked like it was like sped up, and all of a sudden he was just laying on her. I was like,
It was like,
That's because they couldn't use Gal Gadot's face. That's why.
oh yeah.
She refused. She was like, I ain't doing that shit.
They did that shot where she was like laying down or whatever, and clearly she wasn't in the scene at all. You know, and I think even in that scene where she was laying down, I think they even digitized her face or something like that. From what I heard, I don't know. So Gal might have not even been down with that scene. Period. Like the existence of it. Like, bitch, I'm not laying down. I'm not. I'm not being a part of it at all. Y'all do what y'all can do.
Yo, she had more power than Rafe had when the whole Booyah thing came along.
Yeah,
they pretty much
definitely.
forced him to say Booyah, and it's funny because even if you look at that scene, you can tell that he didn't want to say it. You can obviously tell that he didn't want to say it. Like he really like phoned it in. He was just like,
You can look at the GIF image of it and see like the look on his face. He's just like, man, motherfuckers,
Yeah,
like,
right?
you want to say bitch,
Right? But look,
Joss Whedon was like, "Oh, he said it. He said it. He said it." That was the only one who did. He said it. Oh yeah, he said the thing.
He said
Hey,
the thing.
Alfred the Parademon, when it blew up, it had 3 squares in it. What does that mean? That gotta mean something.
I'm a detective.
hey,
Look at
look,
these 3
Hey,
random
yo,
squares.
hey, criminal, come over here and help me with this.
I'm saying Alfred.
look. Then you guys
I
remember
gotta
like
stop.
he went to go see Aquaman, and they had the painting of like the Aquaman guy with the 3 boxes and shit. Like, that was like, come on, man. Come on, bro.
So you're telling me there's something with 3 boxes?
Yo, but look, I do want to move on to the next topic. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you guys' last thoughts on the Henry Cavill situation and the response to him not being there at Comic-Con? Austin, I'm gonna start with you, homie.
I'm gonna keep it short because we need to go on to the next topic. But I would say it was just the old bait and switch. So Rock could have his moment and have all of our eyes. And then our reaction, is so let down because of that bait and switch, and because we've been baited and switched so long and shit on so long by Warner, the name Warner, so we kind of have PTSD with that a little bit as fans. So
absolutely,
that's why we're getting the news that we got now, because they felt bad and it was a bait and switch. They just wanted all of our eyes to be there to see Rock do his thing. But I will say this, taking from that, we also saw Shazam, which kind of confirmed the SnyderVerse is back in a little small, subtle way that people wanted to refute, but there is no refuting Batfleck. He only exists in one universe. So that's what we'll be talking about next, but that's how I feel about Cavill. A little bait and switch so they can have our eyes, and they got us.
All right, I want to go next to Necron. How are you feeling about the whole Cavill situation and the response to him not being at San Diego Comic-Con?
Well played, WBD. Well played. You got us all hyped up, knowing that he wasn't going to show up, and we talked about it, and it's probably the most talked about thing at San Diego Comic-Con than any other thing that happened there. And now they know what the market is for Henry Cavill Superman. So to me, it was disappointing at first, but when you let it all sink in, it's probably better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what about you, Leon? Go ahead and give your final thoughts.
My thoughts, as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, what if this was a power play between WBD and the people that are involved with Black Adam, right? What if it's a situation of they're like, because The Rock, man, he's very ego driven, for better or worse. He loves himself, right? Rock loves himself some Rock. So at the end of the day, it could be a kind of thing where he's like, man, I could sell this movie. I'm the Rock. Black Adam. I can make Black Adam an A-lister, right?
People's elbow, right? People love
Right.
it. Rock
Wait,
bottom.
and you can't knock them from wanting to believe that. You know, that's,
Fact.
you
Right.
know, yeah.
Believe in yourself, right?
I'm the
Yeah.
Rock.
What I think happened was exactly.
I'm a bull.
What I think happened was WBD was like, all right, let's leak this shit. Let's leak something about Henry. We'll see what happens. We'll see which one gets the fervor and the ire and the fire of the fandoms, right? Like, we'll see what happens, right? I believe, like what Sil said about the questioning itself, I think that was staged, just like Sil said. What I think caught everyone off guard, including The Rock, and especially The Rock, was the response from the crowd. The crowd was like, they hooped and hollered, and some of them were like audibly booing. And that was the part where it was like, oh shit. Because they're basically like, don't fuck with us, bruh. We've been doing this for too long, man. We want Henry back. So I'm actually I'm excited in hindsight about it because it showed that the fire for Henry and Zack Snyder's specific characters is still there.
Absolutely, absolutely, yo. I feel the same way. And my closing thoughts are, I was a little bummed out that we didn't get the Henry Cavill announcement at first, but the more that I kind of thought about it, I understood why we didn't. And I don't think that we are at this point. I think that we're just going to keep getting these little hints that the SnyderVerse is being restored, and they're going to no way home this whole thing with Black Adam and Henry Cavill. I think that is one of the biggest secrets in Hollywood, and I think it would be kind of foolish to leak that out before the movie gets released, at least this early. If they're going to leak it out, I think that they're going to leak it out much later and much closer to the release of the film, when they can actually have the maximum impact for them to be able to get butts in the seats, which is what their end game is, right? So I am totally looking forward to Black Adam. I think that Henry Cavill being in this movie is a massive step forward, especially if the Snyderverse is restored before he gets there, right? Because I do think that there's a high probability that DC Fandom takes place before Black Adam releases in theaters. I think that's probably where you'll get the final trailer, and that will probably be where they'll be looking to get maximum impact on what's going on with this movie and with Henry Cavill in general. So I'm not worried about Henry Cavill being in this movie. I think he's probably already shot his scenes, and I think everybody just kind of needs to chill and just wait, and let's see what happens when the movie comes out. This is part of the marketing. Do you really want to know everything about all these movies months and months before they come out, or do you want to have a little bit of surprise and a little bit of mystery, right? So I think that there are several things going on at play right now, and everybody just kind of needs to relax. So everybody agree?
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
I agree. Should.
Okay.
Just breathe, dog. Breathe.
Breathe, dog. Breathe.
You want
Shout
you
out
want to
to
eat
Sil
that
Nation.
you want to eat that taco while it's hot, not 2 or 3 weeks later when it's all cold.
Facts, right?
You know?
Absolutely.
So they're gonna serve that when it's hot.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, guys.
Cannon.
We are moving into the last topic of the evening. You know what I'm saying? Which I am so proud to be talking about this topic, yo. Recently, I think it was about 2 days ago, right? Everybody keeps talking about Mikey Sutton scoops, right? And Mikey Sutton being the scooper supreme, you know what I'm saying? And saying, hey, Sil is just, riding Mikey's coattails, right? He's just leeching off of Mikey's energy, right? You know what I'm saying? My main man, Sil Abdul, broke this story. He said, hey, Ben Affleck will be shooting additional photography or, reshoots for Aquaman 2. He will be replacing Michael Keaton. He said that 2 days ago. Nobody else said this, guys. This is our friend. This is our homie, right?
This is
Who
like,
put this out there?
man.
Had us on hashtag Beard Watch. We've been on beard watch for 2 days.
Yeah, it's so true.
And 2 days later, what happens, guys? Ben Affleck is on set officially shooting scenes for Aquaman 2. Right?
Looking like
Ben
Bruce
Affleck
Wayne.
confirmed, people. It's a wrap, you. Hey,
Let's
remember,
go.
yo, oh my God, yo, look, I'm so proud of the homie Philip, dude, man. Look, yo, I'm telling you, yo, I'm wishing that Sil is feeling as good as I feel like I would feel if my Man of Steel thing gets confirmed, right? Because it's like Sil was the only one that put this out there 2 days ago, yo. He was the only one. This was his story.
I thought Sil was just a hype man.
I was gonna say hype man.
Yeah, hype man. That was also another term that I heard, Necron. He's a hype man.
Yeah, well, this is
Well,
Sil
like he
and
doesn't
Sil's
use
alone,
social
and
media,
it's
right?
it's not just a little fucking W. It's a big ass fucking Superman trying to hold it up W.
Well,
Batfleck.
Yo, Superman's holding up this W like Atlas holds the world up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about y'all, but
You saying-
for a hype man, he got me fucking hyped. Straight up. Good job, hype man.
Yo,
Shit.
and you said it was 2 days ago, but it was yesterday, bro.
I was
That's
just
the
about to say that. It was like
fastest-
yesterday, right?
Yeah, fastest confirmed fucking scoop
Very
ever,
good.
basically.
Oh, well, my tweet said 2 days ago. That's why I was going off 2 days ago.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
It might have been one
The
day.
time of our recording is I think it's it will be 2 days, right?
It's 2 days in my time zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, but I'm wrong then, because maybe I just missed it and I was catching. Oh, that was the night that I was out getting groceries with my lady. So yeah, you're right. You're right. I missed
Nah,
it,
but
but
I thought it
still,
was a day too,
fastest
not gonna lie.
confirmed fucking scoop in the history.
Yo,
And he's
shout
like,
out to Sil
And then
Abdul,
this
man.
picture shows up, man. Wow.
Yo,
yeah, dude.
shout
Perfect.
out to Sil Abdul. Ben Affleck is shaved. Beard watch is
Beard
over.
watch over, dude. He's there.
Like
Bear
that.
watch confirmed.
Beard
And-
watch confirmed.
And I thought about this too. I don't know if you read the caption in that picture, but Momoa said that they were walking around a lot and they got in trouble and or something like that. They were fooling around. But why would he be walking him around the lot? Because Jason Momoa has been contractually obligated to be there. He's gonna make Aquaman 2, obviously. He's been there for the whole change of the regime, how everything's changed. So now Momoa is walking him around the whole lot. Yo, check out how this is different. Remember this shit before? Totally different now. Come meet this guy. He's so cool. Come meet this lady. Come meet this person. They're so cool. They're so much different than what we used to have.
Guys, you know, Ben Affleck is dying in the Flash. That's it.
Bro, the
Exactly.
Snyderverse is dead, guys. It's dead.
I think that's for
guys. Come on. Listen. Ben
Use
Affleck just wants to
logic.
Ben Affleck just wants to be left alone. Ben Affleck doesn't want to play Batman anymore, guys.
Wait,
Come on.
remember he was just on a
He just keeps
they were
popping
saying
up
that
as
he-
Batman.
They was like, yo, he's on his honeymoon. He don't want to be bothered. Remember they were saying that? I was like, yo, dude, private jets exist.
Yep.
Straight up.
He's not
Especially
over there on
for-
Priceline
especially
trying to
for
find the
Bruce Wayne.
cheapest flight. You know, it's been fucking Affleck.
I don't
calls
think
his
they
private jet,
understand.
come get me.
Yo, literally, they have a number they can call. Like, hey, dude, I need to be somewhere like in an hour. Can,
it always
can
cracks
you be
me
ready
up.
to go in an hour?
Yo,
This
you
man
think-
was in Paris a few days ago, man, like a G. And all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
dude.
all of a sudden he Bruce Wayne out.
When people think super rich people are like in the same boat as the average person, it's like you have no grasp on how this fucking shit works, man.
No, hey, and I will tell you guys, yo, I've seen it. It's crazy. You know what I'm
There's a
saying?
big
Yo,
fucking difference.
yo, I got taken to a place in the airport where it was like in a secret compartment one time. It was crazy, all because I was walking through the airport in uniform. This is a factual story. I got taken to a part of an airport where the fucking wall opened up into a door. It was crazy. Everybody's walking around in terry cloth robes. and shit. And I was like, yo, this is wild. You would never know it was there. You would never know. And everybody's in there chilling, got free Wi-Fi, they got spa services. I was like, what the hell is this?
Like the other half lives.
But it's a true story.
To our world.
For anybody that asks, yo, another time I was in, these are all true stories. One time I was in uniform, a guy gave me his first class seat and flew coach. I had never experienced it. I was like, yo, it's totally different flying first class.
First class is literally like a penthouse.
It's crazy.
Yep.
It's not even the same experience.
Yeah, straight up.
It's like on Soul Plane, first class and low class.
Everything's free. You know, I was like, yo, this is wild.
Yeah, they got their shirt. Also, you don't think that J-Lo's got her own private jet?
You don't think Ben Affleck might have his own jet?
Right. Like
J-Lo said, bitch, I got Jenny from the block money. What you mean?
That's what I mean, dude. She got bad money.
She like, yo, I still got money from Money Train.
She still got money from the halftime show at this.
Y'all youngins don't know about Money Train.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, man.
Austin, what you know about Money Train, bro? Bro.
I've never watched it, but I've seen it on TV before.
I remember when Money Train came out, young man.
I miss J-Lo Money Train. We haven't seen.
That might have been the first movie.
No, I think it was the second. Selena was the first, and then Money Train was the second.
Really? Yeah, I think you're right.
So.
You remember when?
Just let me guess. Was that some type of Adam Sandler, Jackie Chan movie, or how far
off
am I?
No, bro. It was Wesley Snipes and what is his name?
Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Woody. Okay.
Yo, that I saw that. The reason why it comes to mind is because remember on VHS tapes, you wouldn't be able to skip fucking like previews of other movies. You kind of had to just fast forward and just wait. That one of my favorite movies I used to watch all the time back in the day on a VHS, that was one of the trailers. So I'd always see that shit come up and be like, yo, what the fuck? Maybe I should watch Money Train. And I'm like, nah.
Hey, bro, Money Train was a movie that came out with Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes after they did White Man Can't Jump, I think.
That movie's funny.
Yeah.
No, White Man Can't
Jump
is a classic. That's like one of the top basketball movies ever. Fact.
You know they're doing a reboot, right? Of White Man Can't Jump.
And I'm highly upset. Isn't like Jack Harlow in it?
I don't even know, man. Let me look that up.
I think Jack Harlow's in it. And but for anybody out there, check out that old school White Man Can't Jump. It is a great movie, and it's filmed in LA. I know all the spots in that movie. Matter of fact, the apartment building that Wesley Snipes and his family lives in is literally right down the street from where I used to live. Right down the street. Like, I'm not even half a block, guys. Like, literally right down the street. So they literally filmed a lot of that movie around where I grew up at. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it is Jack Harlow. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
she's got Jenny on the block money. They got a private jet. The fucking
we was going all in the White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah.
Doing it again, going off.
Almost felt like a Necron stream, you know what I'm saying? We were talking about those cool movies and stuff, you know.
Retro review.
Almost like a retro Nerd Girl video, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nerd Girl, you know what I'm saying? Facts. I love her channel.
That's a deep cut though. But yeah, dude, Batfleck confirmed. What are we else gotta say? He's looking like a G instead of smoking a cig and being asleep in the chair. But you know what I'm saying? He's got that beard.
Bruce Wayne.
Right. Ain't no more fucking sad fleck, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. As my man Jay said from Jay and Silent Bob, Batfleck like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Guys, whatever happened to Ben Affleck doesn't want to play Batman anymore?
I know he just keeps popping up as Batman everywhere.
You know what I'm saying?
Guys,
He's levering for that money, dude.
that
Levering.
brawl almost killed him. He, he just can't do it no more. It made
He
him
need to go
become
get his jersey from Jimmy Kimmel. Remember he hung his jersey up on Jimmy Kimmel?
Facts,
He was
facts.
retiring. He need to go get that bitch.
He need to go snatch that down from the rafters.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
But look, this is one topic that I kind of want to delve into, right? Because I'm gonna be so honest with you guys, man. I'm so proud of my dude, Sil Abdul, man. This is one scoop that he has that he can really call his own,
rats.
right? And I think it's super important because there have been a lot of people that have been trying to say he's leeching on Mikey Sutton, and he's not really adding anything. He's a hype man. There's been all these words and daggers and superlatives and all these things thrown at him, right? But I feel like it's moments like this where we can kind of take a second and really appreciate what Sil has been doing, because I cannot think of a better person that this could have happened for. So what do you guys feel about this kind of thing happening for our homie Sil? And what are your thoughts on that?
Leon goes first this time.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
All right. All right. I was looking up this video of Ben. So how do I feel about it, man? Man, I feel like it's another day for truth, man. Especially after certain things that have transpired recently. This is like a huge W. As I say again, especially after certain things have transpired within the fandom recently, man. Where certain things had to get aired out, and after the dust was settled, you're left kind of confused as a fan, and an admirer of everything that's going on. And then you turn on Still Nation, man, Scoop Center, etc. Get a little hope, get a little hype, have a little fun. Everything's all good. Turn that bad boy off. Still feeling a little odd because the fandom's a little wonky, bullshit going on behind the scenes, etc. And even on the internet, live for everybody to see. And then suddenly you look at your phone. You look at that fucking
Did you
break.
say wonky, bro? Did you say wonky?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah, it's either that or just plain old fucked up. Whichever you want to use. Whichever phrase you want to use,
whichever one
right?
you want to use, right?
Whichever, right? But you grab your phone, you see the breaking news, and it's like, I'll be a motherfucker.
Facts.
I'll be a motherfucker, boy. And not only was it like breaking news, it was Jason Momoa. It wasn't like Deadline or THR or TMZ for that matter, or even like somebody who was close to the film and they might as well be the news. No, it was Jason confirming for Sil, whether Jason knew it or not. That's the best. That's
Shout out to Sil, man. Shout out to
W,
man.
That's a major
Come
W.
on, bro.
It's fucking Aquaman.
Think about it.
Aquaman confirmed the scoop, bro. That's crazy.
Think about it. There's no red tape or denying it.
Hashtag dude bros.
Hashtag some black guy.
Hashtag some black guy. Facts, yo.
Hashtag fucking troublemakers, dude. That's what he said in the fucking caption. We got in trouble while on the WB Live or some shit like that. I'm paraphrasing.
I'll read it to you. Hold on, let me find that shit. I got it pulled up.
Exactly how it was.
Reunited, Bruce and Arthur. Love you and miss you, Ben. WB Studio Tours. Just explore the backlot, all right. Busted on set. All great things coming. Aquaman 2. All my aloha, Jay. So basically, he's referring to that video that he posted as well, where like people were on tour and he walking out, and they must have saw Ben Ass go in because Ben was on the phone later. Like, oh, he was like kind of waving Jason off playfully, like go go go. And Jason's like, oh shit, my bad. Like, oops, my bad. He's like he's literally trying to bust it. That's what you love about Jason. He's fucking around. He's like, oops, my bad. He's doing this shit on purpose.
Oh, accident. Sorry, guys.
I just confirmed Batfleck's back. Fear over. Beard watch is over, guys.
Straight
Yo,
up.
the only thing that could have made this better is if he'd actually said it out his mouth, like, "Hey, beard watch is over, guys." Like that'd have been the only thing to make it better.
Or if he just shows his own beard, he's like, now you guys gotta go watch this.
And then he shows fucking Ben, and Ben's all clean shaven. Oh my god,
Man,
that would
crazy.
these betas would have lost their mind. Yo.
Word.
Beard watch, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. That's
Stop using that term because people get triggered.
amazing for still.
Trigger.
I didn't think it was real. I had
It's
to look
the safe space.
I thought that it was a thing for a second. I thought it was old. And I looked at Affleck, and I'm like, wait, that looks like him recently. And they kind of like made his hair a little bit grayer almost in that picture. And then I read the caption, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And people were like, yo, why would they do it like this? And you got to think that it's all controlled, and to a degree, right? Who's the biggest, most reputable source to us fans to get the word out the quickest? Exactly. That's why they did it through him. It's the biggest, most reputable source. They can't do it through Deadline anymore. They can't do it through. We don't trust it.
Told you. Hey,
We don't do it.
film got buried. Deadline, yo, with
They
that
figured out-
video. Oh my god.
They figured out a different way to leak it, and that's how they did it this time.
Facts.
But all praises goes to Sil for that scoop. Sil was right, and in the future, don't look for imaginary L's for everything that he says either. Because guess what? He's probably gonna be right, and you're probably gonna be walking back with your tail between your legs, looking like a fucking fool.
Hey,
So don't
there's
be
no
talking
walking
shit.
this one back.
Yeah.
There's no walking this one back.
Yeah.
But look, this is what I'm saying about why I think that we're kind of having some of these issues that we're having with people trying to cross back over into our fandom, right? It's starting to become more and more clear that we're getting what we want, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if they were gonna, continue with that Flashpoint continuity, why not leave Michael Keaton in the role? Why not leave Michael Keaton in the role, guys? Hey, look, y'all know I be doing the Mr. Burns. I feel like that's David Zaslav right now.
Excellent. He sees all of our reactions to this, and that's exactly what he's doing, dude. Who do you think is Smithers, though? Mike DeLuca?
Facts.
He kind of looks like him, honestly. Put some glasses on Mike DeLuca.
Command and control.
Mr. Burns, where everything's coming to plan.
That's right away.
Look,
Sir.
look.
I got Ben on the phone.
We're going to get Zack Snyder back very soon, Smithers.
Also, guys, look, we have a head of Warner Brothers Discovery that wants to put a focus on Superman. Right? You just bring in Mike DeLuca, who was going to work in the SnyderVerse. Right? And one thing that we're also forgetting, WBD just brought in Alan Horn as an advisor who worked on Zack Snyder projects and who greenlit Zack Snyder projects.
Mm-hmm.
Why bring all these people back and put them in positions at Warner Brothers if you don't plan on working with Zack Snyder in a huge way? Why bring back people that have worked with this guy if you don't plan on bringing him back? Why bring back Ben Affleck? Why would you potentially be bringing back Henry Cavill? Come on.
That's just coincidence, don't you see?
Guys, am I tripping? Or let me know,
You ain't
Because
tripping.
no, he is tripping. They're gonna reboot Justice League, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, how could I?
Justice League in the
How could I not
Shazam
see that?
trailer? Remember? Yeah, that was Justice League. Remember?
That's all Justice League.
Yeah, man, that's Justice League footage. They're bringing back the cast. They're gonna rehire Joss Whedon.
Even though the sky was different, right? It's still Justice League.
Exactly, the sky was completely the sky was Zack Snyder's Justice League, but you have to ignore that. Ignore facts.
Hey,
Hashtag Joss Whedon's Justice League. Hashtag.
look, I feel like I've been saying this a lot, Leon. I feel like we need to deal in objective reality. You know what I'm saying? Like there are certain things that are subjective, and I understand that, like your opinion on movies, right? And you know how something may have hit you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. All that is subjective. But then
Right.
we have a thing called objective reality. All right? The objective reality is the last two major signings at Warner Brothers Discovery have been people that have had ties with Zack Snyder projects.
Yep.
And positive ties at that.
Positive
ties.
Where they were either gonna make a lot of money or they made a lot of money together.
You know what's funny? You're saying that, right?
Alan Horn is on tape praising Zack Snyder.
I was just about to mention him, right? He is he's one of the guys that people in the fandom was always saying, me being one of them. I would mention Silver and Horn a lot. And it's so crazy how like Horn, the horn has been blown. How about that? Usher in the SnyderVerse. You know what I'm saying? Like the signs are all there, man. Once Zaslav brought that gigantic electric, almost like metal, actually it is metal, Steppenwolf battle axe.
Zack Snyder's Justice League is metal, yo. That movie's metal.
Oh, dude.
Hey, you know who said that?
I will officially say that's a fucking metal.
You know who first said that? Robert Meyer Burnett. He said that. He was like,
I watched every fucking midnight metal I could after he said that.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I fucks with Robert, man. He's dope. I don't agree with everything he says.
I just wish we could talk more on John Campion's show. That's what I wish. I just wish he would talk more. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
to touch on that briefly, it is so funny to watch him awkwardly sit there sometimes, and you could tell he wants to be like, "Bro, stop," but he's like, "It's his homie," so you know. But anyway,
he probably has that same look that Leon has, but we can't see Leon's face. You know
or Max has. Oh, sorry, I'm naming names. Anyway,
I'm gonna get into that later. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
But no, David Zaslav, right? We knew the signs were there, man. When he picked up that giant Steppenwolf axe and started lopping heads off, the heads that pretty much tried to curse Zach's name, and it was like, yeah, we knew people was gonna get fired, but he literally fired everybody who said fuck Zach, bro.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me. And everybody's saying, "Ooh," like you said, objective reality, bro. And look at Shazam's trailer. What's the old saying? People like to argue whether the sky's blue or not. People are arguing about the sky and freaking the Shazam trailer.
I ain't arguing with people who I ain't doing that no more.
There's people that's sitting there saying that don't matter, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. I would rather see movies try to incorporate it than not try to incorporate it.
Exactly.
Right? Because you know, like, we can't change the past, guys. What's been shot has been shot. They can only try to alter it in whatever kind of way in whatever kind of way that, you know, that they can alter it. So we can't change the past. We have to move forward. If these projects are trying to incorporate the SnyderVerse backdrop, I feel like that's a good thing as long as they restore the SnyderVerse. Now, if they don't restore the SnyderVerse, then I'm right there with you. But if they do, I don't mind them trying to kind of mismatch this shit, because it's like, what can you really do at this point? You already have these projects that have been shot, right? I mean, are you going to reshoot scenes in The Flash?
Maybe.
Got time for it.
Man. You bring up a good point, because a lot of people are arguing like, oh, the SnyderVerse, blah, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, it's like, listen, man, if you're David Zaslav, you can't do anything with these movies but try to make bank with them.
Yeah.
How do you make bank?
Business.
Exactly.
SnyderVerse.
Exactly.
Yep.
What's hot? What's popping? Zach, always. And look at how many people are going to buy into Black Adam, potentially, and Aquaman, definitely now. You feel me? Like, and maybe even Shazam, if they're lucky.
Yo, I'm probably going to go see, dude, I had no buzz feelings for Aquaman 2. If Batfleck's going to be in there, See, because look, that was one of my main problems with it, because I knew that Michael Keaton was going to be the Batman in it, right? If you guys are telling me, hey, Batfleck's going to be in it, that's good faith. That's good faith, and as long as they're showing good faith, then I'm cool. If they're not showing good faith, I understand why everybody would have their outlooks on, why they would be more standoffish. I would understand that, but if they're trying, right, this is a new regime, people. They didn't shoot these movies. They're being left with what happened. I mean, with what they have from the prior regime. So if they're going to try their best, to try to weave these movies in, I think that that's not a bad thing.
No, why not? Like, make money off of it. As long as we're not getting the bait and switch totally on the SnyderVerse getting restored. I mean, yeah, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not? Why would you not make subtle references? Why would you not try to, make some sort of cohesiveness, if not at all? I mean, we saw them do it in Moon Knight, where it's supposed to be in the MCU, but we didn't really get a lot of references from any other universe besides subtle hints. So, I mean, if we're gonna get those type of stories, then that's fine. The one thing that we haven't said though from this, and I love to be hyper optimistic, is Mikey has said before that the Snyderverse is the only thing that WBD has to compete with Disney's Star Wars verse now. And if you look at the Star Wars verse now, look at all of the different stories we're getting from different parts of different timelines. Who's to say that we won't get, after Justice League 2 and comes out, whatever one the Nightmare timeline is, I think it's the second Justice League. I don't know if we're gonna skip ahead and then go back. Right.
We don't even know anymore.
Whatever it is, but who's to say we won't? Who's to say we won't get different, series at different points in time, or different movies from different points in time within the Snyderverse? Like
HBO
these
Max
stories,
shows. Who knows?
right? Why? Who's to say we won't see Jared Leto kill, Dick Grayson? Who's to say Jared Leto's Joker? I just say that to be specific about Jokers, but who's to say we won't see that? Who's to say we won't be in a Nightmare timeline somewhere and we see how some people die, or whatever events you don't actually see in the movies in the cinema will probably get on HBO Max, and they'll tell a deeper, more expressive story. I think that's, we're nibbling at bits and pieces of information that we're getting, but if we're going off the things that we've heard from Mikey and we trust Mikey says, that's one thing that can compete with Star Wars is the Snyderverse. We gotta trust and be optimistic that this can be, something that we see in the future, and we can speculate and we can put ideas out there so more people can converse about them, rather than just being like, oh, is it confirmed? Like, yes, we have to be hopelessly optimistic. It's a money fountain, and all the petty people, like we've said, are out of the building. They're fucking gone. They got tossed out of the party. If you're not making money, you gotta go. This is a business. Like that's why they got taken over.
Business operate.
Right. And there's no status quo no more. Besides, status quo is making money and using your best product to make the most money most efficiently. And that's what's gonna happen. That's what we're about to see. But we gotta be mindful too. Mikey said we're gonna be irritated. So some shit might be said that we don't like, or some shit might be happen before it gets restored that we don't like, but we will never lose faith because we have never lost faith. That's how I feel about all of this. It's coming, and I think more is coming than we could even imagine.
Yo, I do too. I think that's why they've been so quiet. Leon, what do you have to say on that situation though?
I think that I concur with everything he's saying. I think at the end of the day that with everything that's going on, the clues are there, everything's there, and we need to just continue to have faith, point blank, period. There's nothing telling us really otherwise, And at the end of the day, I don't think people should get caught up in the what do I want to say? Like the details of how everything's gonna transpire, how everything's gonna roll out. I know like Sil gets bugged, not that he personally gets bugged, but when I see it, it's hilarious with all these questions about little
Every day.
details.
People worry in small details too much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've never
And
been a
people
big
thinking that
You
they
know,
know the story too. That's what also kills me.
people what?
People think that they still know the story.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, that
exactly.
story. They wouldn't have given it away if that was still the story. Come on.
He literally said Zack
Jeez.
Snyder had already said that like
It
we know
couldn't be anyway because the whole Lois and Ben Affleck thing.
Yeah.
right. There's certain elements that
That
can
wasn't
be
even going to
done.
be the same, so it can't be the same story anyway.
Right, right. Yeah, when Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, a lot of those elements were killed anyway, even before the storyboards were even released.
Yep.
You know, I think that like no matter what happens, if we keep seeing elements that reveal themselves or they reveal the elements and the details and the movies and whatever that point to Zach's probably coming back, then I think we should just relax. Because at the end of the day, they're just paving the way for his return, in all honesty, man. Because like Zach, think about it like this too. I think people should think of it this way as well, right? Zach can't direct all these movies. He can't direct
No
Aquaman.
way. Not
Can't.
He can't direct Black Adam. He can't, you know what I'm saying? So he's gonna direct a few movies, right, that are going to be his. Just like originally before Warner Brothers screwed up, he was going to be the director of a few movies, and then everybody else is going to go off and do their thing. It's kind of it happened reverse engineered in this sort of fashion.
but it happened.
It's the same. It's the same thing if we think about it. Now we're just waiting on Zach to officially be announced as back and him doing his own thing. Meanwhile, people are going to do their own thing, and David Zaslav has to be smart and be like, all right, well, I got all these fucking broken eggs. It's time to make an omelet.
Hey,
That was a good one.
man, I think that this whole time is very crucial, and I also think that this is why we're getting a lot of these white flowers being waved right now because it's hey guys, like we all know the signs are all there. Zach's coming back, the actors are coming back. I mean, especially this Ben Affleck thing. Like, if you're not gonna continue with the SnyderVerse, why have Ben Affleck come back, right? So, I also think that that's why there's been a lot of white flags being raised right now. But at the end of the day, I feel like Ben coming back is almost as big as news as Henry Cavill coming back. Obviously, Cavill is going to carry a little bit more gravitas because his character is Superman, and we haven't seen Superman, since Man of Steel get his own solo movie. And I really think that that's what's on the horizon as well. But what I wanted to do is before we close out the Batfleck topic, I want to go.
I had something to say about the Batfleck topic.
Oh, I didn't go to you, Necron. I'm sorry, bro. Come on.
It's all
man.
good.
Save the best for last, bro.
I don't know about the best, but I'm just gonna give my spiel.
Hold on, let me cue up the homie Necron. You know what I'm saying? Our metal monster over here on the cool table. You know what I'm saying?
Jericho.
What's your thoughts on this whole Batfleck confirmed thing?
First of all, I want to backtrack a little. When someone said, Sil is like the hype man to Mikey, and I was like, I don't know if I like that comment because
I didn't like it either.
Hype man is like, let me put it in perspective in my mind. Hype man's like Flavor Flav. He's a cool dude, but he's not the serious character. It's kind of like belittling Sil. Well, someone just found out Sil is the Chuck D. And don't be trying to fucking belittle him as some little hype man. He's a fucking rhyme animal, bitch. So you might want to eat that fucking shit you said about him.
Yo, I love that analogy. I love that. That was great.
You just found out, you got shot down. So
He
beyond
said,
that, I love Sil, and I am so happy he got.
Necron said, "Don't believe the hype, y'all." He said,
Don't believe the hype.
So
Nah,
yeah,
but look. Oh, go ahead, Necron.
no, I'm just, it's a great confirmation for Still. He put it out there. He put his neck on the line, and he got like confirmed 2 days later with a fucking picture from Jason Momoa with him and Ben Affleck together on the set, looking like Bruce Wayne and Aquaman. So hats off, man. You deserve it.
Shouts out to Seal. I was gonna say, guys, though, before we give our last announcements on just the Batfleck topic and like really just what do you guys have to say to Seal individually? You're right, because I think that this is such an like monumental milestone for Seal's channel that I kind of wanted to get you guys perspective on it because I feel like a bunch of us, right? Most of us here, we've kind of been there to see that growth, right? We've seen Seal, right, being a smaller channel and kind of growing into what he is growing into now. And with all the different shows that he's launched, right, all the different ways that he's entertained us, right, and all the information that he has made sure that we've gotten, just I want to kind of go around and get you guys' final thoughts on just what Sale's contributions has meant to our family, right? So I want to start off with Austin. Like, how do you feel about that?
I don't think words could ever express it, to be all honest. We're all right here together right now because of Sil. That's just point blank.
Very
That's
true.
where we all met in the chat, and I told him from a very from the beginning, honestly, since I was modded, since I even knew that I could have contact with him, I'd always
kind of make him laugh, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, man, it's crazy because this all started because I just wanted to make him laugh in the live chat. I never even used to comment in the live chat. I would just watch the videos because I wanted to like listen to his perspective, and I would be working, so I wouldn't be able to comment in the live chat. But then he would say something, and I would think of something like I always do, and I would just stop what I was doing, pick up my phone, and type it in the chat, and just wait for him to see it. And he wouldn't even respond. Sometimes he would just be mid sentence and be like, anyways, like I know I got you, bro. But anyways, I told him in the old group chat that many times that I was very thankful for the community that he has cultivated and for all of the wonderful people. And you guys can attest to that. You've seen me say that.
Seal Nation and the Mikey verse.
Seal Nation,
yes.
bro. I didn't hashtag Mikey verse. I gotta give Socks credit for that. But I've been saying Seal Nation since day one, before it was a popular thing to say, before anyone else was saying it. And I always told him, like, that's why I always said it, because at the end of every video, no matter what news we got, no matter what happened during the day, we'd always feel like, at peace, because it'd be like, yo, we hung out, we came together, we chilled, we said hi. Now we got to enjoy a moment, we got to laugh, we cried, we had a lull, we had the technical difficulties, we had some, whatever, some random somebody popped in, said this, and then maybe someone got a text. It all happened together, but then at the end of the video, we all come together, and we all say, all right, have a great day. We'll see you next time. And it always felt like, man, that was so much fun. Everyone in the chat was so cool. We were all like kicking it with each other, and we were being respectful. It always felt so good. So to see him get the fucking, I got off the phone with Guinness World Record book. They told me it was the fastest scoop ever confirmed. So I'll tell you that right now. It's dope to see Scoop still getting Scoop so fast. And I couldn't be prouder, man. I couldn't be prouder to be a part of Soul Nation, be a part of the Cool Table, and it's all thanks to him. So most praise to the Most High in that regard.
Absolutely. Leon, I want to get your thoughts on just like Seal kind of scooping this whole thing and being able to really bask in his celebration for this time period. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I think it's very well earned. I've been looking at Sil move as a stand-up businessman and a professional since like the release of Snyder Cut days, bro. Like uh, dealing with certain channels and moving away from them and doing his own thing, like little by little. I remember when he first started doing his channel, I was always trying to find it because it was like super as fuck hard to find. Like when he first started doing it, like I type his name and I'm like, what the fuck, I can't find his
Yeah,
name.
I had that same problem too, yo.
It was annoying as hell. Like, and this was around the time when like Lightcast was around still, right? And
Absolutely.
so it's funny story. I actually asked in the chat of Lightcast, I'll never forget this. I was like, yo, what's Sill's thing? Because Sill was on for a moment and he left and no one answered. I was like, wow, I'm trying to find this man's channel. You know what I mean? And so I see it here and there, and finally it got in my recommended rotation. So I just watch his stuff and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I fast forward to like the bourbon stuff after the Snyder Cut was released. And I remember being at work, bro. And I remember
Bourbon streams was hard to get through, y'all. They was hard
Bad
to get
news
through.
after bad news
I'd
after
be with
bad
the
news.
client, man, and I'm just watching it, and I'm like doing the replay squad thing, and I'm just watching it with my headset on. Like this shit is fucking sad. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, at least we're hearing the truth. And then when they started talking about the merger and the murmurs of the ramifications of the merger, right? Gave us hope. I was like, damn. And then I just started seeing all these fucking W's. And I was like, damn, these motherfuckers know people. I was like, they're not just bullshitting and they're not, it was like no hyperbole with it. There was no exaggeration. It was just straight up like, this is what it is, and this is what we're hearing from our sources, and then things will be confirmed. And yeah, for all the little betas out there, they weren't exact. Like I always use the dumbass example of like when you're moving furniture and you're like, oh, we're moving a table. Well, you're moving a table and a lamp. You're lying. And it's like, my dude, it ain't gonna be exact, dog. Like,
Yo, look, for anybody questioning Mikey Scoops, go watch Doctor Strange No Way Home. It was literally like a compilation of his greatest hits. You know what I'm saying? Like Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was like a compilation of Mikey's greatest hits. Facts.
yeah, basically,
That character scene in fucking Spider-Man, wait, that wasn't even Mikey Scoop, but that one was like another one I was broken down right to a T. But
but yeah,
hella scoops in both those movies. Facts.
but hella scoops in general. Like he would just scoop little shit, big shit, and it was just like, this is pretty dope. Like they're telling it like it is, and not only that, I wasn't just around for the scoops, which is cool. I'm not denigrating anybody for that. Like that's dope if you're around for the scoops. But I was also around for the that and the energy, the atmosphere, the community, like seeing a bunch of people who really are passionate about entertainment and also passionate about trying to get the SnyderVerse. Because that's what was missing for me on my end of things was genuine people wanting to see the SnyderVerse. And I was like, this is dope. He's cultivated a community of people who aren't hollow and they're not just looking for a means to like earn a buck. Got real fans out here still. So shout out to Sill, man. Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to Sill Nation. I appreciate everything that man's doing. I'm gonna rock with him till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right. My main man, Necron, you know what I'm saying, live from the lair. What's your final thoughts on this whole Batfleck confirmation beard watch thing that Seal had going on? And just, with him coming through like the major scoop, after being called a hype man,
Yeah, man. Now, Sill's always just been honest with everyone. I don't believe people who say he's lying to his audience and they're just trying to save us. 'Cause that's what that really translates to. Yeah, he's just scripting. What that translates to is they just jealous of Sill being right all the time and everybody being happy about it. That's how I see it. They're just hating. But Sill's always been cool. Even when you talk to him like one-on-one, he's just a cool dude. He's honest with his fucking forum, dude. I mean, I never seen this dude try to do anything that wasn't right or moved weird. Stills is fucking cool. And agree with all you guys, we wouldn't even be here without Sill's channel. Sill's channel brought all us together. Sill's channel gave a voice to the Snyder fans who didn't have one. You know, and Sill was there wanting to restore the SnyderVerse when everybody was laughing and everyone was saying this shit ain't never gonna happen. He was still like, I still want the SnyderVerse, even though we were getting bourbon. He still wanted it. That's what he wanted, and he got the people who still wanted it to kind of find his channel. And then we finally got a voice. And now look what Sill has done. All these, like you, Skywalker, and everybody else, you know, it's starting to pop up with new channels. And it's all, you know, from Sill just being a good guy and bringing everyone together. And Sill Nation. So and then this is a scoop. It's just like fucking the biggest icing on the fucking cake, man.
And it's such a massive indication that the SnyderVerse is gonna get restored too. Like it's such a massive indication, right? Because if you weren't gonna restore it, then why go back and shoot extra scenes with Batfleck?
With Batfleck, yeah. Why? Why would you do it? You already had Michael Keaton in the can. Why would you go and put Ben Affleck in there? Why were all these movies fucking delayed? They're fixing them to restore the SnyderVerse.
That was another scoop too. Remember?
Yes, it was.
Mikey said that they delayed the movies so that they're gonna start tweaking it towards more SnyderVerse stuff. Yep.
And Mikey too. He's giving us his God honest truth info. He's not lying or grifting. It's his info when he gets it is true at that moment. And I know that's hard for some people. Some people, it's hard for them to grasp that something could be true at a moment, but may change down the road. It happens, but Mikey's usually spot on.
One thing that changed was Batfleck dying in the Flash movie, right?
Yeah, I remember that one. Oh, everybody was like, "What?"
No, but they all believed it at first. It's like, yeah, that makes sense that Batfleck would die.
Oh, SnyderVerse is dead. SnyderVerse is dead.
Then when it changed to no, Batfleck's not gonna die, it's like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you know,
why would they do that? Michael Keaton's Batman.
That Snyder cut, yo.
It changed everything. It changed everything. The Snyder cut.
Snyder cut changed everything. We changed everything too because of that. You know, we got that shit out.
Thanks.
We got that shit out.
So, still fucking love you, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Wholeheartedly agree, man.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I want to say is, you know, in closing on the whole Seal and the Batfleck thing, man, is that I'm so proud of the big homie, yo. I feel like the word well deserved is absolutely right word to use in this instance, right? I feel like you know, Seal has kind of been on the front line, kind of taking a lot of bullets for us this whole time, catching a lot of arrows that was meant for the fandom and things of that nature. But you know, this is his time, you know, to kind of bask in that energy a little bit, right? You know, like, hey,
really deserving.
He was the only one that came out like, yo, Ben Affleck's back in. He gonna be in his Aquaman 2 movie, right? None of us were really thinking about that, right? You know, I don't think that was really a thought for any of us.
Not me. I'm
that he was possibly gonna go get these reshoots. But I think that with that being said, it is only a greater achievement for him that nobody else was saying that. That way, it can really only be attributed to the big homie. So, Seal, if you're seeing this, I'm super proud of you, and I hope you all the success in the future. Like, that's real talk, man. You know, I feel like ever since I've come in contact with Seal's channel, I've just kind of been able to be a lot more positive about this Snyder stuff, even if I was getting bad news. See, where does that leave me, right? Where that I was being positive, even though I was getting bad news. It's because I trusted them. And I trusted that that's what they were hearing. And I don't want to be lied to. I don't want to be told that something is coming back just because, you know, I want to be told that it's coming back. Like, no. I am a grown man, and I do a little bit more due diligence than that. I don't just give out my trust willingly, especially not, after certain recent events. You know what I'm saying? But I'll just say this, for him to be able to kind of break this, with him being hashtag some black guy, I think it's super dope. And I really couldn't think of a better person that I would have this happen to. So much shouts out to Phil, and to Mikey, and for everything that you guys do. You guys have given the fandom a light at the end of the tunnel for quite some time. And you guys really deserve like all the accolades and all the success that you have coming in the future. So I'm just happy to be able to say that I ever rocked with you at any point. And I'm pretty sure that the cool table feels the exact same.
Hell yeah.
To you.
Absolutely.
We're gonna keep rocking.
Salute, brother.
Oh yeah.
Still Nation and the Mikey verse show still going strong. People might say, "Oh my God, what's all this?" Like, Still Nation and the Mikey verse have never been stronger, yo.
Hey, you notice that whenever Sil shouts out and talks to us, he's always shouting out the cool table, man.
Yeah.
Ever since the cool table was born, it hashtag the cool table, hashtag the cool table. Every time we say something, I appreciate that.
Very awesome.
Yeah, dude. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, I didn't even expect that shit. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't have to do that.
Man, yo, one stream I was gonna highlight. I think it might have been the last stream that I did, but I didn't see it till like you ever in the stream and then you see the comment afterwards. He was like, "Yo, the cool table is the best 4-man panel on YouTube."
Yeah, oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. I saw it when he said that. I was like, "That's what's up."
And like I didn't get to put it up because I had already ended the broadcast. But yeah, I saw that. I was like, I should have put that up. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have got to. But nah, man, I just really couldn't think of a better person for this to happen to. And I'm just super excited for Sil and for Sil Nation and the Mikey verse and whatever we got coming.
Absolutely.
Mikey too, man. I forgot to even give my props to Mikey. Mikey's a great fucking dude too.
Yeah. Mikey Sutton is amazing, and amazing guy, and I think that, his scoops have given us a lot of hope, That's what I was talking about, like that light at the end of the tunnel, where it's been like, hey guys, keep fighting, but there's this light at the end of the tunnel that you guys can get to. And I believed, and it looks like we're getting it. So I'm glad that I was able to, put a little bit of faith in my boy.
Yeah, and if WB, the old WB, wasn't going to give us any entertainment, at least he gave us a lot of entertainment with some stories. You know what I'm saying?
He sure did.
He held us over.
You know what I'm saying? All right, so I want to wait. Did I get everybody's last thoughts on the Batfleck stuff or no?
Yeah. I think so.
Cool. So I want to move into the last topic, you know what I'm saying, which is a surprise announcement for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, right? I've been noticing something, right? There's been a little bit of pushback, you know what I'm saying? And a few people thinking that my boy Leon has been like scared to cam up, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, Leon's scared to get on camera, you know what I'm saying? Like, because for anybody that has watched, they've heard, us talking about people scared to cam up and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's like this, it's been a little awkward because, one of us hasn't been camming up, you know what I'm saying? But for everybody that is out there wondering, you know what I'm saying? I have made an agreement with Leon, you know what I'm saying? Leon is going to cam up when the SnyderVerse gets announced, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting everybody know that is going to be the day that Leon cams up. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're building up to. That is a bar. Leon of the New Geeks will be camming up when the SnyderVerse is restored. Leon, do you have anything to say about that, sir?
My thoughts on it are this. I don't really give a shit what people say or critique me on. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know that. That's why I'm on the cool table. They know how I am. They know I don't give a damn. But
We already did a quick face reveal for anybody that's wondering. It is on YouTube. It is on YouTube.
Exactly. That I
It's
didn't.
up to y'all to figure out where it is, though.
I never should.
It is on YouTube.
So quick.
Take it down or none of that shit. It is what it is. But I thought it would be. I thought it would be.
Y'all want me to reenact it real quick?
Do it.
All right. Hold on. This was Leon.
Like a millisecond or two.
Facts, yo. But it exists.
What I was gonna say is just basically, I thought it would be a fun gag, and in all honesty, like I thought it would be a fun gag to be like, all right, I'm a camo when Zach comes back, but dead ass, like I'm gonna fucking camo with Zach because it's Zack Snyder, bruh. It's Zack Snyder.
Makes sense.
It's Zack Snyder. We all gotta celebrate. We all gotta what they say in wrestling when huge pop happens. I don't know if y'all know. They say toss the baby in the air, like everybody went crazy. They tossed it. It's Stone Cold. Oh my god. Rock.
It's Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying? Like
straight up.
Lawler.
Right. Exactly. So
it's perfect.
Man. Zack Snyder comes back officially, and they say the SnyderVerse is restored. Bitch, I might start our OnlyFans and start twerking.
That's a whole different type of camming up, homie.
Straight up.
More than expected.
Hold on. Leon's going from one extreme to the other extreme.
Straight up.
Either gonna not be on cam at all or on OnlyFans. Like, which one is it, bro? Like,
monetize that. See me behind a paywall. Let me stop. But nah, man, that'll be the day, bro.
He said the beta's got to pay to see his face. Oh my god.
That'll be the day, man. It's gonna be. In other words, I'm saying it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
See?
Zach's coming back.
And so for everybody that thought, you know what I'm saying, that my main man Leon was scared to cam up and stuff, we didn't already work this out. You know what I'm saying? My man's gonna cam up when the SnyderVerse is restored. So, you know, we gonna keep it, you know, we gonna keep him like the wizard in The Wizard of Oz, behind the curtain until that day. You know what I'm saying? So look,
straight up.
Man, yo, before I get you guys' closing thoughts, I want to say that, you know, just being honest and upfront with you guys, I feel like the more that we do this, the better that they're going to come out. I feel like this episode already is going to be better than the first episode that we did. And I'm just really loving the dynamic, man. I'm really loving the differences in like just experiences and everything. And I feel like this is kind of the perfect mixture. And I couldn't be happier with who I chose to, you know, kind of embark on this journey with me. So I want to thank you guys for coming along with me on this thing. And I want to let you guys know that, you know, each and every one of you are very important and integral to what we got going on. And, you know, you're all very much needed. So I want to let you guys know that.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. And we need you as much as we need each other. Because, you know, we're not a triangle, we're a fucking square, man. You're our hype man, dude. If anything. Just kidding, bro.
I'll take that, bro. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that.
That's the thing, like you said,
I can't do nothing for you, man. I can't do nothing. You don't know nothing about that, bro.
I don't, bro. I don't know nothing about that, bro.
Necron knew what was up, though. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah,
I love that album, bro.
That's what I need to do. I need to be learned up on some stuff, get educated on some stuff. But I got
Fear of a Black Planet, bro. Check that out first. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk after that.
Classic album, bro. Classic
I
album.
Thank you though, for saying that, because it's nice to hear that every once in a while. And
Nah,
don't
yo, the dynamic between us all is super dope, and I'm just really feeling the vibes of working with you guys, and I feel like our conversations just flow so smooth, and you know, that can't be taken for granted, like true chemistry. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let that be
yeah, and true loyalty.
facts, man. Cause
Yeah.
True loyalty. Loyalty.
Loyal to your friends.
Loyalty. Mm. Mm. Loyalty.
look, look, I'm gonna say this before we close this thing out. You know what I'm saying? Look, shout out to the Cool Table, yo. Shout out to Seal Mason. Shout out to the Mikey Verse. Love and respect each and every one of you guys, and thank you guys for rocking out with us. So I'm gonna go round the table. You know what I'm saying? Austin, what you got coming up? Let them know when you're gonna drop that good thank you video. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Oh wait,
you.
was I not supposed to say that?
Nah, you good. You good.
Oh,
I already said that time, but I do need to redo that because I had my San Diego Comic-Con reaction at the end of that. But in light of recent events, I gotta put a reaction about this Batfleck shit coming out. You know what I'm saying? The good thank you's got to be a little bit shorter. I think I'm getting better at this. Like you said, our conversations are getting better.
Drop content. That's all I care about.
So I'm just gonna redo that quick. I'm gonna have it out this weekend for sure. Because who knows what the fuck else is gonna come out. And as far as everything else is coming up, we haven't talked about it specifically to you, but I was thinking about today. I think we got to do a review on some random movie that doesn't have anything to do with us. And my first choice, I want to watch not together, but all on our own, and then maybe have like a little review video. Is one that the Russo brothers put out on Netflix recently called The Great Man. I watched a trailer of that.
I'm gonna edit this part of the video out. I'm you guys know. I'm just joking. I'm not watching no Russo brothers Netflix.
Bro, that's fair, bro. That's fair, bro. But and I was just thinking about it today, but I'll do it myself. So fuck.
Bro, not with Captain America with the worst mustache in the world, bro.
Hey, Captain Porn Stash.
Fuck it,
Porn Stash.
That movie is so mad.
It looks like a good popcorn movie.
It looks mad. I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty mad.
All I'm saying, we can roast it. We can roast it if we wanted to. But
hey, yo, you know what? I am down to roast the Russo brothers, and I do have that review. You know,
and who knows? You might enjoy it.
I just don't want to waste my time. You know,
it can't be a bigger waste of time than watching the fucking Batman. You did that.
I did, but in light of recent events, like, you know, my time is precious. You know what I'm saying? People have been like wasting a lot of my time. You know, a lot of my time got wasted last night.
You're right. I'll tell you right now, me saying that the Russo brothers and watching the movie was a complete waste of time. I'll tell you that right now. But a good thing is coming, and I love all three of y'all, and we got more episodes of the Cool Table coming for sure. That's all that fucking matters.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Leon, so you up next. You already know what you got coming up. Are you gonna be dropping anything? Are you gonna be working on anything? Like, what's really going on with all that?
Right now, the only thing I've really been working on is that Zack Snyder Justice League review.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've been working on, really. Other than that, man, just looking forward to pumping up this fucking fandom, man, and you know, holding suckers accountable, and rocking out with the Cool Table, man. I do think we need to collaborate on something. I'm with that collaboration thing as far as like maybe like a review of some sort, or like a kind of like a roasting session on a movie. Maybe not The Gray Man, but you know. Maybe something. Maybe like we can watch Batman Forever or Batman and Robin or some dumb shit one day. Who knows?
Only way I'm watching Batman and Robin, we gotta play a drinking game or something, like, because that movie.
Yeah.
We gotta drink every time Arnold makes an ice butt.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Hold up, Leon. Before before we move on, I just wanted to ask you, are we gonna get this Zack Snyder Justice League review before the Snyder Cut sequel hits theaters, or is that gonna be like,
Nah, it's gonna be right before Zach announces. That's how we know the SnyderVerse is restored. I'm gonna have somebody scoop for me. You know what I'm saying?
Leon's gonna wait till Justice League 2 hits theaters.
And then I'll have to do 2 reviews, and then we'll just wait on both of them.
Leon is a perfectionist. I'm already knowing how this is going. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, I got it.
I'm not gonna lie. I went back and I tweaked the review that's on Letterboxd recently. I swear. I was like, all right, because that's my format. That's gonna be my script. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Perfectionist for sure, dude.
It's ridiculous. I need to just
put it out.
do the flaws and all. Like, just put it out.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, I be on here. I just be winging it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I don't be coming on here with no topics. You know what I'm saying? I just make the shit up as I go along. So
I'm glad I was muted when you said that, though, because I laughed so fucking loud, dude. I was like,
what?
When you said, is it gonna come out?
When am I gonna put it out?
Yes, bro, this shit crazy, bro. You know, I feel like, man, the SnyderVerse gonna be ending before we get this video. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be like, man, we're almost there. We're almost there.
Darkseid gonna be fucking in Final Crisis. They're gonna be like, I almost got it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's almost ready. He's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna blow away like that Joker card. You know what I'm saying?
He's trashing Justice League the whole time. We come to find out, yo, what's going on?
All right. Nah, but look, shouts out to my man Leon of the New Geeks. You know what I'm saying? One of the cool table members.
Yes, sir.
So moving on, my boy Necron. You know what I'm saying? Live from the lair. You know what you got going on, Necron? What you got coming up? You know, I know you dropping something probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta worry about Necron. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do an Excalibur collab with Savage Bat probably and a couple other folks.
You must ride with your knights.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And I'll probably be doing a Cobra one with some other guys too. Should be a good one.
Cobra. Hey, yo, let me know when y'all do Point Break. You know what I'm saying? Fact.
Yeah. All right. Right on.
For anybody, a fun fact. Fast and the Furious 1 is an exact copy of Point Break. They just swapped out the racing for
Yep.
them being extremely sports fucking people. It's the exact same movie.
I love Point Break.
They're literally the exact same movie. Huh?
I love Point Break. I love Point Break. That's one of my favorite.
I did too. Directed by Catherine Bigelow.
Yep.
I actually used to run around my house with a backpack and a sheet, and I would jump off stuff and act like I was parachuting. You know what I'm saying, throughout the house. So, you know, that was a little fun fact about little Skywalker. You know, real talk. But as for me, you know what I'm saying? Look, I want to say shouts out to Seal Nation, the Mikey Verse show. It's been so long, you know, that we've been being laughed at and teased and all this stuff, and, you know, called cultists. We've been insulted, degraded, dehumanized, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, with all that stuff being said, we're still here, right? We're still here. We're still pushing that restore the SnyderVerse narrative. Right, we are getting what we want. It seems like Ben's back, Zach's coming back. You know, there are all these tea leaves that are so clear, and I just think it's a great time to be a Zack Snyder fan. Even though it may appear like there's been some infighting, it really hasn't been a lot of infighting. It's really been a lot of you know, us combating people trying to come into this fandom. And, you know, to just kind of have their way with whatever we got going on, when we feel as if like wait, did I cut off Necron?
No, I was done.
Oh, see, man.
Okay, see, my bad, bro, my bad. I didn't know. I was like, hold on. I didn't know.
I'm like, bro, I could have swore Necron was done, bro. Like, Leon hit me in the back channel. Like, I don't know if Necron was finished. I'm like, bro, I cut off the whole.
I ain't know y'all was gonna answer on air. Damn.
No, I do. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, it's all
you gotta do it.
I feel you. Yeah.
Hey, look, but look, I just want to say it is one of these situations where things are lining up, and it's just a great time to be a Snyder fan. So much love to each and every one of y'all. I want to say thank you for my illustrious panel. You know what I'm saying? It's always great when I get to rock out with the cool table. And y'all want to go ahead and y'all want to say your goodbyes before we get out of here with the people. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, dog. I'm gonna go first, I guess. SnyderVerse restored. I'm gonna say it from one picture. I don't care what pocket universe we in. We got the deepest pockets. We got the biggest fandom. We got the most influential shit going on. And welcome to the Cool Table episode 2. We'll see you in episode 3. And make sure you like Skywalker's channel and you subscribe to this shit because we got more shit coming. It's just gonna keep pumping from Still Nation, and there's no stopping us now.
Can't stop, won't stop. You know what I'm saying? Look, from me to you and from us to the nation and to the community, peace. You guys have a great evening, and we're going to rock out with y'all next time. All right? Holla at you boys, the cool kids.
Woo.